Last we left off, our adventuring team had a bit of an experiment in understanding pressure. Material, when put under pressure, goes through various transformations, and the same can be said about people who, under the same amount, heat and an immense amount of pressure from external forces, can meld two creatures together, bonding their lives and supporting themselves on each other, can show a material's inherent toxicity and drive things away from it, and can yield people and materials to break. We arrived back at the Cat's Catch. Did a trade for the various vehicles that they had attained, got your resources, and were promptly given a task by probably the most unreliable person in the group. Spixer wanted alcohol to create an explosive, the likes of which no one has ever seen, with your help, Peter. And in starting that, I wanted to call you something, but I don't need to tell you that. Nuanen took it upon herself to see if it was possible. Mm-hmm. You guys decided stealing from a bunch of devils in your only place of respite for the one night that you had is probably not a wise idea. But not all of you are wise. As you went up to your room, Peter, after his tasks were done, saw on the first floor that no one was there. There was really nobody from his group available to do the snatching of alcohol, so you put it upon yourself. Nobody heard that.
We'll fix it in a sec.
Easy peasy for the lock picker of our group. You cast invisibility on yourself, found yourself to where the closed cabinets were, and the infernal black iron lock stood in front of you as the only thing between you and attaining your goals. And you failed. You choked at the one moment where your expertise could have easily glided you through. And the result was a perfect trap. Paralyzed, compromised, seconds away from being revealed, a voice creeped through your mind, and it wanted one thing: fealty. Not your essence, not your personhood, not what you could give it, but what you could do for it. And you said yes.
I was lying.
While that was happening, your friends upstairs were making their way into the room with Valenccya and Vander. A rather tense conversation with Vander about this morning's, I'm going to say, premonitions, turned to him being rather cold. It didn't work out well for you, and you left that interaction without answers.
Thought he needed space.
Vander decided to go up for some food. You all cut your losses and began to talk. When Alicia came up and said that she had seen Vander down in the hangar below, asking if they would come up to the third floor for food. It seemed rather odd. Spixer was still there, but given your conversation, you knew something was wrong. Grudj took the lead, shunted you into the hangar, and Vander was nowhere to be found. Spixer, however, covered in goop, was able to give you some direction. He said that Vander came in, asked him to go up for dinner, and then left for the first floor. You guys made your way back up to the bar and casino to find him shifting through the crowd towards the almost blinding entrance of the Cat's Catch. You trailed him quickly. Seeing him begin to move faster, you found yourselves in the bazaar on the exterior of this oasis, and in the breakneck time that you were able to track him down, you stayed on his trail. He changed his form to that of a tiefling, and in the open air of the Avernian wastes, you called him to stop. A conversation riddled with tears took place. He wasn't able to hide himself any longer. In Far Too Deep, he revealed to you that his plan was not only to meet with this far-off traveler to gain information about your father, but to do so at the expense of your expedition party. To let whoever was on the receiving end of that know that you guys were stealing or acquiring a prophecy that could benefit the material plane. And he understood that in giving this information, he would most likely be compromising and dooming this expedition party to death. This
My
was
brother.
you couldn't bear. And as you screamed at him,
I didn't have to bear it alone. My friend Grudj was.
he disappeared. Nowhere to be seen. You came back, understanding the situation was dire, talked to Amemnon, and Amemnon clarified a few things. One, that these suspicions were not new. That he had been probing Vander, and that you were part of his plan as well. He was assuming that if he took you along, that the truth may come out, which it invariably did, and that with that information came a bit of relative safety. There was a plan in place. You are to continue to try and cut him off, get faster, get the prophecy before he even has a chance, and if the situation calls for it, to take him out if necessary. The tension of the night led to some crazy conversations. You found yourselves back in your room where Peter and Nuanen had been beginning a heart-to-heart that revealed some rather interesting information. That your belief that these dreams and premonitions that you've been having over the last how long as you can remember are from lives beyond yours. A history of your soul that most elves are not privy to know, but only you. What that means, no one's quite sure. But it is a burden nonetheless. Peter,
Grudj.
Valenccya.
Grace. I was gonna say money. That's fine.
Hunter! In the sheer sort of like pressure of the day, I don't know if it was a weight you needed off of yourself or if the anger got to a point where you couldn't contain it, but you aired your grievances to Nuanen, and in doing so, an argument took place. You said you were too dangerous, that your anger made you a risk. You agreed, and that it wasn't acceptable for him to expect that of himself, but yet demanded of you. It put you in such a compromising position that you weren't able to really make a choice, and honesty rang out through the day with a kiss that was shared. Not once, but thrice.
And it was not only shared with you two, it was shared with me and Valenccya as well.
What? What?
It wasn't a private
Witness.
kiss.
I don't remember that.
Witness,
I don't
buddy.
remember that at all.
Witness.
They
It's
were
a theory.
audience. They were audience to the show.
Oh yeah, you just.
I wasn't
Frankly,
watching
you're
it, but I
welcome.
did see it happen.
But as you
You
found
didn't see it
yourselves,
happen?
I didn't see it happen. But
That's
I was
okay.
watching.
I used both my eyes.
very slowly finding sleep, as the day's pressures nearly keep you from it, you understood with a definitiveness the mutability of yourselves. How the pressure of the hells can ratchet up every single day, and how you find yourselves day in and day out. And as the morning comes to you, a big plan takes place. Your expedition team is going to be setting out at daybreak to take their 3 vehicles, a demon grinder, a buggy, which is
Devil's
called
Ride,
and Devil's Ride, and I think I'm a doodle that's definitely
Motorcycle,
a name.
buggy, bus. Got it.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can take. Ooh, let me take guesses. Who's got a good guess? What is it called?
Devil's Ride, Devil's Ride.
Come on, come on.
Devil's Ride is the motorcycle.
What's the buggy? What's the buggy?
A
Come on.
torture.
You were very close. It's the torment.
The metal horse.
Torturer.
Basically, yeah.
Metal horse, right?
Devil's Ride, or Demon Grinder, a Tormentor, and a Devil's Ride in the hangar below. Spixter had accomplished his work last night, and you all found yourselves waking up and reconvening in the very infernal conference space on the second floor of the Cat's Catch. I will start the day there.
Make a saving throw?
Okay, so who needs a...
Oh yeah!
Damn it.
After everyone's long rest, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please,
Is it
and
wisdom?
a Wisdom saving throw as well.
Con and wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I get to reset my.
And what are we trying
Oh,
to...
asshole.
Oh, that's right, we do.
Yeah,
Yay,
sure.
sleepy time. Do we have terrible, horrible dreams?
Why do you?
I just want to know.
Oh, there we go. One last.
Actually, Valenccya, could you roll me a Wisdom saving throw?
After you shall receive.
What's the wisdom at right now?
Okay, yeah. What are we
15?
what are we
Oh, we're
rolling?
not rushing up like that.
So it's just a 10.
Sorry, I'm rolling a what?
Okay, how's
Wisdom
about the
saving
con
throw?
save?
The con save is finite. It's normal.
Wisdom
it's
you
10.
asked
Okay.
for? Con and wisdom
Con
you
and
asked
wisdom.
for?
And then you get an extra Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, I
Just
rolled
for
my
you.
extra one
Just
for...
for you!
Okay, that makes my stomach drop in a way a roller coaster feels. Do I want to pass or fail this?
Who knows? Only me.
The chance of you failing it are probably pretty low. Don't you get like a +9?
Yeah, the chance of you passing it is really
It's a
high.
plus 13.
What is it?
16 plus 13. I'm literally sitting over here trying to do the math.
Well, 29. Save.
So you do get to sleep. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. And then in the morning. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, I gotta roll for people too.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that.
Do you want us to still roll? Do you want me to still roll for hides?
No.
Hides? Okay, cool. Con 17 plus 8. 25.
Is that your con save? Yeah, you need to beat a
17
10.
plus 8.
17 plus 8 is 25.
25. And
I
then
think
have
if it's-
one more.
If it's 15 above 10, you probably don't need to.
That might save
It's just a 10.
for the whiz.
Yeah.
It's important to keep your spirits up. You know? Yeah, I'll as we have some downtime in the morning, I'll
Oh, let's
start
pick
a
up
very sorrowful, very just sort of level speech. You know, it's important that we're well rested and we think about the day's adventures ahead, and we must all persevere. And though we may be caught in uncertainty, we shall remain together. Amen. Take 15 hit points.
Woo!
Nine,
for everybody?
9.5 minutes later. Oh wait,
It's up
1,
to
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Heidi overhears it, and
It's the full group. If you, I mean,
I can
oh,
only
you
hit
can only,
6.
you can pick certain people.
yeah,
Who
I
you
can
wanna
only hit
give
6.
then?
All 4 of us, Heidi.
You say 15.
Yeah, 15 tempies, and then those go away.
Tempe.
Let's do a Memnon, because I'm really trying to get on his good side.
Sounds good.
Feels a little warm tingle, and he's like, what the heck is that? Why won't she stop talking?
Inspiring words.
Like, sorry, I take on your accent sometimes.
It's just so very infectious.
Okay.
Did anybody fail anything?
What do we need
I
to
don't
fail?
know. What's the passing?
10.
For what?
All of it.
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
You fine? You
I'm
fine? You
Two
fine?
12s.
You fine? You fine?
Yeah.
Okay, cute.
How does everybody else look?
Alicia is a little sluggish today. For fucking sure.
How am I
Everyone
feeling this
else,
morning? Do
you
I
have
need to
a
roll
base-
anything extra for like not being totally busted?
Nope. Have you
Oh.
washed yourself?
I mean, probably basic level, like wet rag on the face.
On the face? No.
Wait, like, are my broken bones jutting out of my body? What's
you
going?
don't have broken, like it's fully out of your body.
What am I washing? What are you talking about?
Your body, like you wash it with soaps. But half the time, Grudj has been just prestidigitating people to cleanliness.
Yeah.
I mean, has that been happening? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. You tell me.
You ask Grudj to do it, he's gonna do it.
I'm not controlling this.
Okay.
A little distracted this morning, but yeah.
It's like I feel like I always like to imagine that prestidigitation cleaning. It's like almost cleaning with like a powder, or like it's like a little
Like it's a
uncomfortable.
reverse. Like it's like you. It's like a touch and then
An opposite
Yeah.
vacuum.
just a dust cloud expels from you instead of going into you.
It's not a pleasant experience. I don't think.
No, I don't. It's meant to be a quick service.
It's not relaxing
It's meant
or-
to be quick
Yeah.
and efficient. It's not meant to be pleasant.
I think
Yes, ma'am.
as
Pam.
Val gets ready in the morning, I like pack up all my stuff and I put my armor back on piece by piece by piece.
Witch armor.
Witch
my
armor.
my mithril elven
Mm.
half plate
You're not
with
ready
of
yet.
course my leathers underneath for support and comfort. And as I
Can
do
you tell me
so,
where you stored the other armor?
they're in my bag of holding.
Okay.
In the celestial set that we rescued from hell. And then I think
That's
I
neat.
just check my reflection in my shield a little bit more and I look for any brunette.
The worst thing that can happen to Val is
Looks like normal everyday image.
I look a little
You're
tired.
fucking sweaty.
I'm sweaty, I'm tired, I look
Your
a
hair's
little
kind of sticking to your
haggard.
face a little bit.
It's so humid, but somehow it's still dry. Great, everyone ready to go? Everyone feel like shit?
in the morning, like whatever, I don't know, like whatever people are doing,
In
they're
the
wandering
awakening
around,
time.
In the awakening time.
It's not really morning.
At some
ever.
point,
Here.
whenever we're like eating, do we eat breakfast? I don't
Yeah,
know.
we got
Whenever
shitty
like
rations.
eating breakfast or whatever.
Oh, by the way, we've spent a significant amount of time in hell. Keep in mind the amount of rations that you started with, and how you've been eating. We're quickly developing into a survival game as you reach the 7 to 10 day mark.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
It's starting to get hard to like do normal stuff
What do you mean?
because that would probably affect my decision about Dinaktar's form that it takes.
Oh yeah, it's getting significantly more difficult to be comfortable and to not have that affect your general attitude.
Okay.
Whatever type of breakfast we eat, I honestly don't even know.
Probably field rations unless you want to eat upstairs on the 3rd floor.
If I'm minus 17, I have 10 days left of rations.
Okay.
Or if I minus 7.
Yep.
From 17, you have 10.
This has been
Yeah.
math with Val.
We have 10
This
days
is bad. Math with Rubicus.
We have 10 days left of rations each.
For those of you who had 10 to start with.
Yeah. Some of us could have had more. The group may have.
I love shopping.
We can always eat
Hey,
hell
just make sure
squirrel
to
or
get-
whatever they
I guess we
eat
could
down
save
there.
on. I could go to the 3rd floor.
Don't. Please don't. Yes,
I
we
think-
need whole food
Yeah, well,
as much as we can.
The ambrosia of the gods.
Heidi might have something
ambrosia
extra for us.
somebody.
I feel like if
Well-
anyone on the adventuring squad were to have snacks, it would be Heidi.
Whenever we are munching
pulling
or
nuts
eating
from
or
our
getting
pockets.
ready or you're putting on armor, whatever's happening in the morning, Nuanen's gonna kind of eat by herself and find, like, I don't know if we stay in the room or if we go join the others or go to like the open commonish
not my
room
choice.
or there's not a lot of choice. I'm gonna sort of discreetly, as I'm eating my breakfast, pull out the chunk of scrying cheese that Peter gave me and add it to my breakfast, and I'm going to eat it.
Okay, how long has that been ripening for?
With right.
That one is.
God, I love cheese magic.
So
I'm gonna slip
I
it
am
into
pretty
my
sure
breakfast.
that one has been
So,
over
like,
a week now.
We just watch you like
Okay, so then what's
Maybe
the
I'm like
level?
in the corner staring
So
at the
over a
wall,
week,
kind of
I
like.
believe, is a
eating your
scry.
porridge.
I
really
try. I
slow.
definitely try to like
It's a third
stealth
level.
it, hide it,
Scrying
or
is
try to find a place to eat by myself.
a fourth?
You have it in your spells, right?
I don't
Look,
have
you
scrying
gave
in
me
my
a chunk of
spells.
cheese.
No, you have the
Scry
breakdown,
cheese.
Scry cheese, and I'm going to eat it.
Let me see if it tells me here.
right? I have it too. I just don't want to look it up.
Scry cheese.
Breakfast
Scry
scry
cheese,
cheese.
scry cheese,
Scry cheese.
scry
It's the
cheese.
scrychiest cheese.
Scry cheese.
Scratchies.
Extra scry cheese.
Gracias.
It's extra rough cheddar.
It's sharp scry cheese.
Extra sharp.
Extra
scry
sharp scrying cheese. For the breakfast.
Make a con save
Yeah,
against
scrying
this
is the
cheese.
5th level.
Oh.
Yeah, so it goes 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, and 1 month are our levels right now, and 1 week is
Scry.
scrying.
I'm not just that later on, but for now it's fine. Perfect.
I mean, it takes us like a year to get through a week
I don't
in
need your
D&D,
input
so.
right now. I don't need this side of the aisle's input on what's balanced
Wait, is
and
this
not balanced.
Present
currently.
or future cheese?
It is future.
This
Wait, no,
is
it's
present
future.
Future. I want. Okay.
You're
I was like, I'm pretty sure you
casting
gave me present.
Scrying.
Yes,
Right.
sir. I am.
Okay. If you don't mind, just
In a
please-
corner or by myself or
please
wherever
pull
there
up
is
that
privacy.
spell just so you know what's
I
going
don't-
on.
don't
Thank you
pull it
so
up.
much.
I don't
Please do
have
it for
that.
me. Thank you.
Uh,
I
Google
appreciate it.
Just
Scrying
Google it.
D&D 5e, and then usually a free link comes up, and I go.
Scry.
That's how I play my wizards.
Ooh,
I
that's
just
not how you
Google it.
spell.
Whatever Google says. Might be
Scry.
wrong, and then one of you will tell me.
D&D 5.
Scry.
Ooh, I'm like. Alright. Alright.
Yeah, roll 20.
Top one, roll
Yep.
20. Sure.
That's in line with.
Okay. I've got it.
So you're familiar with. If you are, then
You're very
that's-
familiar with the target, I think. But you don't have anything from the target.
Yes, I do.
Well, it adds pluses to
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't
It
know how
does.
scrying works.
So-
Okay.
I can get.
Alright, cool. Let's. Oh, this is a lot to read.
What?
Do I read the
So
on the
the
prompt?
save that it takes is
Yeah.
a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
This wisdom saving throw comes is the DC is set by your casting ability because that's how it was created.
Yes, and
What's your spell save DC?
Depending on who it is.
my spell save DC is a 17.
Okay.
Perfect. And then
And-
the opponent who has it gets either pluses or minus depending on your familiarity with them. I would say you are. Well, who are you casting?
It is 100% Alcione.
I would say that you're intimately familiar with this person.
Not to mention you have the extra bonus of having a belonging
I do
of
have
theirs. I
You
think.
do.
belongings.
So you can hold that, and I think that will.
What is the belonging that you have of hers?
It is my pierced navel ring. Or her pierced navel ring, I should say. On my on my stomach.
You just
I don't know. I think just hand on the
Yeah.
stomach, maybe.
diddling around with it.
Such a horrible set of
Take an
words for that.
inspiration. I love that.
Definitely just like palm or like hand over the piercing.
Yeah, just
for
a little,
sure.
a little circle.
I don't know if we
Max
need to
a
rub
very
it.
long ass time ago.
Like lotion. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to figure
No,
out.
it's good.
Magic really freaks me out.
Oh, here, let me figure it out. You
So
can
basically-
see and hear a particular creature you choose that is on the same plane of existence as you. Wow!
You could.
The target must make a wisdom save. All
I
this
didn't
stuff
know
determines
that.
on the waves.
Well,
They
maybe
are
it doesn't
not on
matter.
the same plane of existence, but you don't necessarily know the spell very much.
That's true.
So
I don't know
there's
what I'm
that.
doing.
Um,
Well, that's that, I guess.
can you give me an Arcana check?
Yeah.
Yeah, Peter.
What
you
is-
need to
what is
package
that?
your cheese
Is
with
it in just in skills?
usability.
I've never even
instructions.
used Arcana. Okay, cool.
It's true.
Do not eat this cheese if not on vegetarian
8.
terrain.
8! You don't know how this cheese works.
No,
Put it in
You're
your
thinking it's
body.
definitely
Are
gonna go
you-
right.
Yep.
Okay.
Where are
okay.
you doing this?
Sure.
Alone.
Secretly.
She made sure it was.
I'm
she
just
was
kind of like
alone.
eating my
Oh,
breakfast
okay.
by myself, sort of, and I just like put it in with my breakfast food and just sort of eat it.
Yeah, you
Just a
just kind of
cheesy
grate it
morning.
on top of
Try to-
whatever sort of toast you're
Not
little
eating,
baby
indulge
whatever
it.
you're eating.
Take a bite of it. I don't know.
The first bite, very sour, bitter, like most of the food you taste. It's off in hell
Tastes
into
like
a
this.
way that's putrid and disgusting.
What's your
Um,
think?
you can feel the effects of the spell almost instantly.
I did not.
Like a potion, you feel this sort of like film that begins to take your sight, as well as a deafening that rings throughout your ears. And with it, you can feel it trying to reach through to something, but then being blocked by a warmth that almost sears your skin as it subsides.
Well, and I just continue my breakfast.
Easy enough.
Great.
In your reconvening with the expedition party, this is the first time since you started that you realize there's only 6 people in front of you instead of the 10 that started out with you. And in the short amount of time that you guys have been together, your numbers have dwindled. I believe it was 10, right?
We started with
14.
14,
It
12.
was 10 plus us 4.
16.
Yeah, because the 2 that stayed behind at the.
Jackson.
Right.
Oh, right. They left. There was one person who died, and then 2 more left. So now we're at 11.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're at 10. Total.
Because it was 16 to start. 4 have left. 1 died.
Guile, Amemnon,
I'm not good at math. And I have never
That's
I'm
professed
gonna
okay.
write
myself
down
to-
everyone.
That's
of it. Heidi,
It's okay. All right.
Spixer.
Meeting up in the sort of foyer of the conference room, everyone bundled and ready to go. Amemnon is going over the trajectory along with Bodlin. It appears that you guys are heading northward off to the east. There will not be a band accompanying you as the Scarlet End has their own situation to deal with this morning. Is there anything you want to do before you set out?
There is
Speak
one more
now or forever hold your peace. Go ahead.
thing. Hey, Spixer.
Uh-huh.
I take out a little baggie. Can you mix this in to the bomb
No,
and seal it
I
up?
sealed it up yesterday. Last night.
Well, open it up. I did this specifically for the bomb.
He opens the sachet, sniffs it real hard to the point where it's
Don't-
kind of on his nose.
No, don't get it in there.
What's it? What is it?
It's powdered soul.
He sort of like speaks in a lower register, almost like helium. He's like, "Ooh, that's powerful."
Grow some hair on the
The voice
chest.
saying like, "I could probably make that happen." I'll meet you all downstairs. Give me about 5 minutes. And he
Drill a smaller hole this time.
He's not listening.
Little baby hole.
He's so
Pour it in.
Can he be trusted to do that on his own?
Yeah.
What's
Maybe.
happening?
I don't know.
I don't know. Peter just handed something explosive to Spixer, and I'm just watching.
Yeah, once we get that added to the bomb and the bomb gets hooked up to the back of the thing, that's it. Oh. I walk out into the hangar. I realize it's just as hot. Well, I mean,
So
in a minute,
I'm gonna
I guess.
throw up. Okay. If you wanted to move down to the hangar with Spixer, you absolutely can. There are a few things to notice when the door opens after you give the password to the spring gun that is there. The hangar is almost completely empty. There is only the vehicles that you guys had left there, minus one. It is gone this morning, the Devil's Ride that you had set aside beforehand, as well as most of the people in here. The only person that you can really tell in the direct vicinity is that same chain hammock, almost to the ceiling, with the sleeping imp that you know to be Kazan. hanging overhead. Other than that, everyone else is gone.
It seems they took my advice about going to the camp of kobolds or whatever they are. Thingies. The hairy men that are hyenas.
The gnolls?
Yeah, those guys.
Peter, are you drunk already?
There's a lot on my mind.
Nuanen hides her whiskey.
Heidi peeks up to all of you and is like, if we need to get any sort of rations before we go, now's probably a good time. There's not going to be a lot of moments before we get to Dis where we'll be able to.
Yeah, we can, there's a rations, sort of a Mortal Plains supply
Oh, Jesus.
nearby. We
Is
could
there...
we could stop there maybe on our way out of town. And
Yeah, I had
have a bit of
24 days of rations, so I have 17.
I had some in
Added
there.
or-
I just
I don't know,
minus
let's see what
what
it
I.
is.
I never minus, so I'm assuming I never minus this whole time. It's just.
Well, I had 1, so that's definitely gone.
I got 10. So I got 3.
Okay. Yeah.
And I've never
Yeah.
minused off of this list before, so I
Oh, I
probably
have 10.
less.
Never mind.
Yeah, let's do.
Let's definitely stock up on some rations to make sure that we can get to the city safely.
We're fine.
Heidi,
We
do
can
you
produce
know if-
food with magic, right?
I don't have that ability.
I believe I can, but I need a day or so
water.
to practice.
Well, we have a day of food still.
We do have the water that
We do.
Bit of water.
that's left
I
us.
have water as well.
We're
I
okay
say,
for now.
I say if we can swing by the local Hell Bakery with brimstone bread and maybe some sulfur soup.
That sounds
You
terrible.
might
It's
wanna
probably
hold out
super expensive.
your expectations until we get to the at least Dis, because there's not going to
There's
be
better
much.
food in Dis.
No.
It's worse in Dis.
Well, there's a lot more to look and acquire there. The bazaars of the city of Dis are
Bazaar?
huge, expansive. You can find a lot of. Imagine the biggest black market you've ever seen.
Bigger.
What is a black market?
It's like all the stuff you're not allowed to sell for sale.
That sounds oddly interesting.
Why would you sell it if it's not for sale?
Oh, Peter.
Y'all move into the
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
we're
okay. The whole group makes their way down. Easy peasy. You guys see the same sight as Peter, who's on the heels of Spixer. He begins to set to work. It's gonna take him about like an hour to get through
I'm not helping.
the shoddy welding job he did last night.
Why don't he just mend it with magic?
Girl, he don't know mending.
He totally knows mending.
I don't know.
It was a late night, Peter.
Do
Give
you
them
want
a
a
break.
story or do you want to go fast?
Listen, everything's hellish in hell.
I'm gonna help him get into the bomb.
That sounds great. I love that so
Leave
much.
it or
Yep, we pack up the stuff.
we going? I'm ready.
Yeah. I would have
Yeah.
said you could ride the devil's ride, but it seems I gestured to the spot where it was.
Hold
Since
on.
Vander.
Hold on. Was going to go down to the hangar and take it down to track Vander
Oh, good.
last night.
Well, that's better. I prefer he has it than Vander at least.
Same.
In the car. Everyone buckle your seatbelts or don't. It's hell. It'll be equally as dangerous.
We are almost done. As you see me just kind of
Yeah?
on a drill.
Drilling a small,
Did you need
very
help?
Nice.
Yeah.
this sort of
Anything
resonant
at all. Just
sloshing
anything.
of a
Come over here.
Anything.
Yeah.
I sure do. I come over. I'm like anything. Anything, Peter.
So put your
Anything
hand
at
up
all.
here,
Yep.
and then grab it on here,
Yep.
and now do this.
Oh, great.
Now just you're
This
doing
is it.
great. You're
wrong
doing
way.
Yeah.
Wrong
Okay.
way. It's the wrong way.
Wrong way.
No,
no,
we're gonna
yeah,
get
it's the first
No,
way.
it was this way. You're right. Cool.
Put the stuff in the jar.
And I will just hover around you and try to help whatever the fuck you are doing. Keep busy. I am trying to keep busy with anything. Literally
Okay.
anything.
Dropping the powder into this horrifying concoction, you hear a resonant scream, and
I
with
get a stick and I kind of stir it a little.
same effect.
Okay.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
I tell Spixer to mend the hole so we don't have to manually weld it. So we take 1 minute to mend
Flips
it.
down. It's welding hack.
Uses the mender.
Uses magic. Okay.
Yeah, we
Thank
load
you,
up.
Fixer. Let's go.
I can take a spot on the wrecking ball.
You want to be on the blow up wrecking ball?
We got two things. Who's manning what? I will say Amemnon is probably in the driving position of the either the Tormentor or the other one, depending on which one you want to yield to him. He would probably want to go for the Demon Grinder first, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So he'll be at the helm of the Demon Grinder.
What do we have?
A Demon Grinder and a Tormentor.
4 people can go on the Tormentor.
Poor people?
Yes,
That's pretty classist.
it is. And 8 people can go on the Demon Grinder.
I guess Val gets the demon grinder and the rest of us get.
Bold to assume her family is rich.
Still.
Oh.
I should have a lot of money.
I wish my family was nice.
Okay.
Don't we all?
I will go wherever.
I want to
there's
go with
room.
Amemnon and Guile.
Okay. So, the Demon Grinder can hold up to 8 medium creatures, which is not a problem. And then the Tormentor can only hold 4. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 total creatures. We can split it up 4 and 6, or 2 and 8.
4 and 6 is probably the way to
Or,
go.
yeah, 3 and... No, never mind. That's
Val, you got room? Okay. I joined Val.
In with Amemnon.
Demon Grinder, Demon Grinder.
Demon Grinder.
Tormentor.
Tormentor. What you got?
How much room is left in the grinder?
DG, we got, so Guile's going with Amemnon for sure. So, DG.
Damage
DG. Boblin will also be with them because he is going to have to navigate. DG. Heidi will go in the Tormentor with you guys, seeing as she is a monster.
She's our monster.
Alicia will go in the
Heidi.
Tormentor, and then Sphyxer will go in the Demon Grinder as in hopes of using his bomb.
Yeah.
The bomb.
Heidi, Alicia.
Could you set up a quick release on that?
And
Yeah.
then I think
Did you check
Peter
it?
and Grudj would
Nope.
be in the
I'm sure you did great.
Tormentor. Peter and Grudj, are you going in the Tormentor?
I'm going in the Tormentor.
How many people? I know you read through all of them, but how
2
many?
people in the Tormentor right now, except for Grudj, who's a 3rd. So if you want
He
to go in
said
there, you
Tormentor.
can. There's an
Yeah.
extra spot. You guys are in the Demon Grinder. It's really
There's
up
one
to
more
you. You
spot
have
in
your
the
pick.
Tormentor. It's up to you.
And there's still 2 more spots in the Demon Grinder.
Yes.
3 more spots in the Demon Grinder.
You got your whole choice.
I'm gonna sit in the
Grinder.
grinder. Sorry, Grudj.
It's okay.
I need a place to check out my wing that I haven't unwrapped yet.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds
No,
good.
that sounds safe.
Okay.
I love it. Okay, and you set off. The ratcheting of the hangar door resounds across the Avernian wastes, and with that, a coin for each of your things. Make sure you mark that off. Is
You
Are
have them
we
all.
are we technically out of juice right now?
you used them for like a whole day of travel.
Okay.
Well, technically not.
You can use a half day of travel on. We probably have about a half day travel on one
Here's
of
the
each of
thing.
them.
It's projected that it's going to take 3 to 4 days to get to the River Styx tributary that you kind of know of. So, you will have to take out those, like, 8 soul coins. 6 or 8 soul coins you'll need for travel. But you do have a little bit of juice for this day. I will say you took an hour out to the lake, an hour back, an hour out to the Urageshi, and an hour back. That's 4 full hours. You have half a day's travel on one of them.
Is it 24 hours or is it
It's 8 hours of travel.
8 hours? Okay.
Yeah, because they also get exhausted, I think. I thought it was what it was. God, I need to read the rules. I hate this game because of all the rules.
Paperwork.
I mean, you're the boss. You can.
You can
Whatever
make
you
it
say,
hard.
No,
whatever you say goes.
I need to know how the book does it. Give me a
I
second.
need to know what the rules
Also,
are.
talk amongst yourselves.
I want to follow the rules.
In this moment, I find the least human skin covered seat I can find. I sit down.
So it's just bloody. It's just a bloody seat.
Are you saying that the seats have skin on them because there's flesh underneath?
Yeah.
It's
No,
hell,
I
buddy.
understand.
Yeah, all the leather couches are
So
skin.
you're right. It is 24 hours, but it doesn't stop when it's stationary. So it's like it burns the fuel all the time, regardless of if you're stopped or going, for the
That's
duration
hellish.
of 24 hours.
Oh.
So I will say,
Okay.
at this morning, you do need to refuel.
Well, 24 hours should be enough time to get us there, though.
Yeah, let's
If we take shifts.
It's 3 full days of travel.
So 24 hours of travel.
I mean, if we
So,
rotate
The
drivers.
the
if we
thingy
rotate.
can only go for a certain amount of time. Let me just double check.
Oh, okay. I mean, if that's the case.
There's stop gaps for us, I'm sure. We can't just cheese it.
Well, I mean, technically,
I'm
some of us could be
skipping it all.
sleeping and some of us could be.
Yeah, I know, but if
ambush.
it would be kind of strange though if the vehicles had similar stats to like a warhorse where they needed to have a rest period themselves because they are
They
machines.
get overworked. You know when your car goes to
Overheat.
work all 7
Need
days?
some coolant.
That's what the weekend's for.
Need another
That's
soul.
we could do.
Yeah.
We could do 3 days of travel. I know that is 6 of our coins.
That's okay.
I don't give a
We can-
fuck.
I just don't know how
That's
many
cool.
coins
Let's
we're
get
gonna
out of
need
here.
at this.
Let's
Alright,
go. We
Let's
need
go.
to leave.
We have things to do. Let's
I
get out
can
of
do
here.
a little coin search on the way.
Places to go, people to see.
People to
Kill.
No.
Kiss.
People
No.
to kiss. I like that one.
Fuck, maybe I should have chose the other vehicle.
I'm so glad I'm not in the other vehicle.
I was like,
I think I'm looking
oh my
at
god, we're just like,
Heidi's
sitting
just talking my
bumping
ear
along
off.
for hours.
Heidi's
So-
just talking my ear off, and all I'm thinking is, God fucking damn it!
It's
I'm
just
so
us in the
glad I'm
helm
with
This
car.
is
Heidi.
us.
I'm so glad I'm with Heidi.
Funny. Just like riding
How's
around. How's what? My brother who
You-
left us and is going to sell us out so he can stay with
No, actually, I was gonna say, how are you?
Oh,
I think.
I'm thinking about
No,
a lot
it's
of
still
stuff.
it's still going, but
Yeah,
I'm
me
gonna
too.
plug it in.
Me too.
Yeah,
What?
1, 3,
You,
I'm gonna plug in the speaker so
Oh.
that it doesn't die
Oh,
while we have this slight downtime.
Get in there, buddy. Make sure our
You good?
tunes are. He's plugging our tunes back in.
Tunes.
Oh,
I was gonna ask where all your dice are, and then I realized I
good idea.
Look at Sleepy She's our sleepy little imp. She's our sleepy little couch. Oh, that little tail.
Aww.
She's such a happy girl.
Oh, tiny little.
I'm confused because it does have rules about exhaustion with the Infernal War Machines, but it doesn't specify anything about the rules. So that's
Hang
super
on,
fun.
let me
can
do some
travel.
googling.
Today.
Because it has vehicular exhaustion. So it's
Yeah.
like, it says the harsh conditions of the Nine Hells can cause an Infernal War Machine to stop functioning properly until
Totally.
it eventually breaks down. Such wear and tear can be represented by using exhaustion rules as described in the PHB.
Oh, it's just standard. It just follows standard PC.
That's what I thought, which
exhaustion.
would be like
Sleep
like
smart
hours.
rules.
So
If you do
after
it-
8 hours.
Yes, it's forced march.
Mm-hmm.
And then you run the risk of it not working properly and like dropping down its like movement speed and all of that.
Yeah.
Which we can do. So it's up to you. You can use the resources that you have on hand, which I believe you had 19 soul coins. Make sure you're writing that.
I already marked down. We have 17 now.
Okay.
And then
I'd be willing
It's up to
to
you.
attempt a forced march and attempt to keep it running with Fixer.
I think we can weigh our options once we're closer to that point. But yeah, I think that's a good option.
information gleaned from yesterday's activities, I think it might be wise to go as fast as possible.
Yep.
And to use the least amount of time in rest, if we can.
I think we can make this work.
Force march it is.
Can you make coffee? Can you make coffee down here, Peter? Anything to keep us
like
up?
This.
Anything caffeinated? Anything?
You can take shifts.
Right.
If your sleep was not already perturbed by last night, it might be the next few. Buckle up.
Let's begin.
Everyone has safety belts in their
Yeah,
helmet.
it's a 6-point harness. There's
I-
a roll cage on the Tormentor.
Yeah, I was like, you got the full on
Yeah,
like
like-
SWAT.
There's
It's
no
like
way this
roller
thing has
coaster
seatbelts.
seating.
One of the seats just doesn't have seatbelts.
That's Fixer
There's
seat.
no way these things have seatbelts.
Some
Okay,
of them don't.
and off we go. Da-da-da, travel on the way. As you guys begin to process across the Avernian wastes, a landscape that has only unfolded to you in times of travel just a few days prior begins to reveal itself. One, the rolling sort of like cliff faces of these shattered limestone sediments that make up most of the ground on the wastes reveals a beautiful tapestry of war-torn wreckage, gouts of fire geysers, and sort of like, what am I trying to think? Meteoric storms way off in the distance. There is a patch of blackened skyline that is only illuminated by the strikes of hellfire that appear to be taking place miles off in the distance. You also see the rolling sort of smoke of the wreckage of the Blood War that is taking place right now in front of you. Too far for like the human or non-human variant eye to really be able to decipher. You can imagine the wreckage that's taking place on the battlefields as you guys try and strike the safest path through Avernus. I need whoever is at the... This is not the right music for this.
Avernus is weirdly serene this morning.
Yes.
Hell,
I think they're
Sorry, let me
singing
just switch
birds.
this up. Just give me one
it's
second
beautiful
here. Let me
this
just
time
quick.
of year.
Let me
Wait,
just quick just
what's
try and
happened to
find
my
something. I'm
voice?
just gonna...
I think you fucking cried.
Wow, it's beautiful here.
Why am I Ariana Grande?
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I love it here.
Whoever is at the helm managing the vehicle, I need
Amemnon.
you to make a survival check.
I can help him.
Amemnon is going to do so with advantage because Bodlin is helping him
I'm just
out.
following him.
Yeah, so I need you to make just a general sort of
Survival?
perception check
I can
for me,
help.
just to make sure
But-
nothing weird happens.
Can it be
We're
survival?
just riding. It's fine.
I could do
No.
Oh, before we get too far, I did turn on my environmental protections before we left.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, you picked Submariner?
Yeah, so
Solid.
I don't.
Use the
I don't-
words, because I need to know.
I do feel like Submariner is disingenuous because it's like an air-conditioned suit at the moment right now.
It's supposed to be like a what are those things?
It's like a spacesuit.
No, it's
Yeah.
like a underwater suit.
Yeah.
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 22 for total.
Solid.
Nat 20.
There are a few moments that are relatively treacherous. You guys are making your way over one of the cliff faces, and as you're going, you see behind you the ledge that has been eroded over the hot air and time begins to crumble. It's like a really close call as you make it off to where the limestone is more sturdy, and you're able to continue forward. You also have to several times go around these weird sort of lopping veins of the river Styx, which you hadn't encountered until this first moment. It is, yeah, like a river of hot crimson, warm, and it stains the material of the limestone that's around. It creates these almost like grimace-like striations in the rock that are dyed this sort of hot crimson from the liquid itself. A melding of the natural yellow hue of the stone and the waters of the river Styx. You have to go around them, but the first day, is relatively peaceful. You don't know how far the rest of your journey is. The only indicator that Amemnon has given you is that we are looking in the distance for a fort with two illuminated lights like the eyes of a devil on the horizon.
Okay.
Second day, mark off rations. Roll those saves for
Is
me.
it 3 again?
Hmm?
2.
How many days have we been in hell?
What?
Are we
This
forced
is-
marching?
Oh, for
yet, or-
you? It's only 2.
Okay.
That check earlier was to see if you could get to sleep the first night.
Oh, I'm a professional sleeper.
Is this a forced march check or is this a?
Oh shit! You guys are forced marching. Okay,
Are-
perfect. So
We're
you're wanting to go 2 days of travel in 1 day. Is that correct?
I
How far are
think
y'all going? That's a better question.
it depends on how our second 8 hours goes. Like if our second 8 hours goes bad, then we should stop. But if it goes good, then I'm thinking maybe we try to take sleeping shifts.
I love that.
Whiz and con.
Oh, also, so don't roll anything before you start, because I totally forgot something because I'm a big old idiot. 1 second.
You're not a big old idiot. We're just so happy to roll the dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
Oh, yeah.
I just
Oh,
like to
yeah.
see the little number pop up on the little side of the dice.
Yeah.
That's the little number. Except for I don't like it when it's a little number. I prefer a larger number.
Tina,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
Something above the 15 range is what I prefer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
We're
love?
unhinged over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
search feature on D&D Beyond
Yeah.
because it is so bad. Like, it never gives you the right information,
No.
ever.
No.
It's like if you get one letter off, it's like, oh, did you mean anything other than what you meant?
Did you mean the Arch Lich, the Solace? No, I googled magical item. That's not what I wanted.
12 plus.
Are we rolling? I thought we were waiting.
Oh.
And we're waiting.
Because
Cease and desist.
any of the
Fungar.
Constitution, any of the exhaustion rolls that you would take, you do not need to take over this 8-hour stint. It is your vehicle that takes that.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
For each additional hour of travel beyond 8 hours, the characters cover that distance shown in the hour column. Blah blah blah. Let me see.
Because we could get you rested. Because you could go down for 4. That's very valuable. You have no way. I do not benefit from.
Well, it's not about
rest.
it's not about us. It's about the vehicle.
Yeah, we can sleep in the car, but the car can't.
For each additional hour of travel beyond 8
Power
hours,
down.
cover the distance shown in the hour column.
Well, we don't have to return these now, but we do if we run out.
So it is per hour. So
Yep.
force march is per hour. So how about let's do this? Is there a
Hour by
specific exhaustion level that you're getting that you want to stop with?
One.
I guess because every time it gets an
You're at
exhaustion.
one.
I think we should stop.
You're
They're
at
at
one.
an exhaustion point?
No, the
Oh.
torment. Once the vehicles hit an exhaustion point of 1, we need to let them rest.
Is it an
Because if we
exhaustion
lose them-
point or is it one of those
It's
like?
an exhaustion point.
Because if we lose the vehicles, we're fucked.
But for every hour you get to roll.
Yep. So we could go
So
1 hour
I'm
extra.
essentially right now. Sorry, keep going.
1 hour extra. See how we feel.
Yeah.
Well, we can do it that way. So we can do that, or you can set a essentially like
Threshold.
litmus for
Not go past
the
4.
exhaustion you're willing to take. If
What is
that
it?
number is 0, then we'll do it by roll.
What does it take to remove the exhaustion on the vehicle?
That's a wonderful question that I have the answer for. Give me one
Fixie
second.
fixie time with Fixies with Fixies.
Fixie time.
I would
Fixie,
assume
fixie
it's the same as us.
Fixes,
If it follows the same
fixes.
exhaustion rules, it's 8 hours of rest.
Repair to remove exhaustion.
I mean,
If the encounter
Is it
war
an elf,
machine
though?
has one or more levels of exhaustion, the creature can spend 1 hour or more trying to reduce the vehicle's exhaustion level. After 1 hour of repair work, the creature must make a DC blah 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 intelligence check. Adding its proficiency to the check of the proficient and blah blah blah, it makes the exhaustion.
Is it like a tool check?
So basically, for every
It's
level of exhaustion, that's an
repairs.
extra hour you and Spixer have to be up fixing vehicles to get them down in exhaustion.
Yeah, but if me and Sphinx do it together, then we do 2 in an hour.
Do you want to just go
Per
roulette?
vehicle.
Let's just do per hour.
Yeah, let's just start rolling
That
up,
sounds
see what
super
happens.
fun. So we got 8 hours. Let's go 9. Boom. Ready to roll. Let's roll those checks. It's actually
You want me to roll them?
Because, well, yeah.
Yeah,
How about you roll
it
it?
makes
You're
sense that you
responsible
would.
for this.
All
You
right.
made this decision.
Grinder?
It's you.
I'll roll the Tormentor.
Yeah, that's for you.
Okay, I'll roll the grinder.
It's for both of you. Just keep going.
What's the
15.
plus? What's the plus on the grinder?
It is a Constitution saving throw. Is it actually?
Oh shit, you're in our car. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yep.
You notice that I'm kind of like doing some stretches with my
Yep.
recently possibly healed
Some,
limb.
some physical therapy.
Con
Yeah.
is a +4 for the Demon Grinder.
So
So the
that's-
Tormentor, it's a +2.
13. Natural 13 for 15 for the grinder.
15.
And then 12 for the demon grinder.
Sounds good. 1 hour passed. You are not hearing anything from your vehicles, so you may roll again.
Sounds good.
All right.
Let's keep going.
Yes. Natural 12.
12.
I got an 18 plus 4, so 22.
2 hours down. Keep on going. Please see me
Holy
keep these good
shit.
vibes
10.
rolling.
23.
Boom. That saves. We got 3 hours under our belt. Let's go.
All right.
12.
11.
Okay, sounds good. You got 4 hours under your belt. Almost half of the day through.
13.
13.
13.
Perfect. 13. You got 5 hours down. One more time. Let's go.
This is gambling.
9.
8.
A gasket bursts in the Tormentor after 5
that
hours.
sounds like it's a day.
You guys are going through sort of like a weird section of what am I trying to think of? Like air carved tunnels through. It's almost like Swiss cheese rock on a heightened cliff face. You're making your way through, and you immediately see smoke billowing out from behind
Both
you
vehicles?
in your
Stars.
dusty
Both
metal
vehicles.
mirrors.
Both.
Both vehicles gain a point of exhaustion. Ethan.
Halt.
I think we call it a quits here.
Okay, we can heal him up real quick and maybe get a couple more hours before bed in.
I mean, maybe, but
I
I'll
think
keep
we
an eye
take a
out while
break here.
we.
We've been traveling for 12 hours now.
Yeah.
We need
but
to
like,
sleep.
we're a whole day behind.
Can we stagger sleeping in the vehicles? Like, can we sleep in the car, kind of thing?
We need to push our luck a little bit here if we're gonna catch up.
I agree
All
with
right.
Peter.
All right, we'll go.
This is Vander we're talking
But
about.
me
We
and
can't
Spixer and
I think
I'm
it's
gonna
important
work
to try and
on the
fix
demon
it.
grinder, and I'm gonna have Spixer work with the Nactar on the other one.
I'll keep a
Do you need me help?
perimeter.
Yeah, I need you to
Great,
hold stuff. That
okay.
sounds great.
Wait, what was it?
I'm gonna have the
How
Nactar
does he
help
work?
Spixer on the Tormentor, and I will work on the demon grinder.
Love this. I'm trying to figure out the line between whether or not Dinaktar takes orders from other people, because he is attuned to you and does
That
work
is
with
okay.
you.
I can have Nactar help me instead.
I can help.
That's what I would prefer.
I can help Spix.
And Nuanen,
Okay.
you can help me too.
I will help you.
Okay.
I
Let's go, Peter.
won't be any good if I try. I'll just watch your back while you guys
You want
work
to
on.
sing?
Do I want to sing?
You're good at speeches.
You can
good at
sing.
singing?
No.
Are you sure?
I rifle through my bag and I pull out a small, dirty pan
So-
flute.
It does require an
You're good at
intelligence
something.
check
Yep.
to remove it. You're very smart, so absolutely you can help. I'm gonna say anyone who does not have an intelligence above a 12 may not assist in this situation.
I look the opposite direction.
I'm just gonna pull out my whiskey, sit down, and fucking drink.
Love that. Love
That's
that
what I'm
so
doing.
much. Okay,
Okay.
sounds good. So you guys are gonna take an hour to take off those exhaustion levels on that. This one is disadvantage on ability checks, just so you know. If you
Aye.
have 2 levels of exhaustion, it would be half speed, so keep that in mind.
I'm gonna make sure that me and Spixer are working within 30 feet of each other so I can shout things at him.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna get started.
I'm also going to
Doing a good job.
Yep.
10 feet away from
Grudj takes his coat off, rolls up his sleeves, and gets to
Eater
work.
or Spixer. Is it a saving?
No, it's just
something.
Nuanen stares at Grudj while he works, but tries
This is the
to
6th hour.
not be seen doing it.
Do you want me to roll for Spixer?
Huh?
Should I roll with advantage for Spixer and tell you the total, tell you the die roll, or what do you want to do for that?
I can roll it.
Okay.
And then, just for... I'm just gonna... I haven't used any today, so I'm gonna be like, Spixer, I think it might be something to do with that piece over there. I'm gonna
Okay.
give him a +5 to his roll.
The exhaust manifold does seem a little bent.
The what? Oh, this. Keeps
How do you not know what the exhaust manifold is?
How do you know what the exhaust manifold is?
Because I read the manual. I was bored.
I feel really useless right now.
Just
You're
keep
doing
an
so
eye out.
great.
We'll look for
One
enemies.
perimeter.
6 or 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you get?
I high five you and we walk
Uh,
separate
yeah.
directions.
19.
And then we like split up into a
Right?
circle.
Yeah.
Alright. So we were both
Well, in a
checks.
minute.
I don't want to get technical about it, but both
Let's get technical.
both people
get
were. They did have 2
technical.
people
Technical.
working on it.
Let's get
Technical.
technicality.
So normally when you're working on something, the speed at which you get done is doubled if there's 2 people working on it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not
We're
doing
not
that?
doing that.
Okay.
No.
All right.
You know why? Because I don't want to. All right, let's keep it moving.
So
Let's keep these
we were-
good vibes
We
going.
worked for an hour.
Yep.
We-
So now it's been 16 hours on our first day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need to switch.
It's been not. Wait, it's been.
Yeah, it's been 13 hours.
Oh wait.
Fly up
No.
a month.
Yeah.
14
it's been 13
hours.
hours.
It's been 14?
Yes, you had 5 additional hours of movement,
That's right.
and then 1 hour of fixing your shit.
Okay.
Heidi, I need to switch and take a nap in the back seat.
I'm getting tired too.
Oh, fucking hell. Did you not sleep?
No, well, I
God
did
damn
last night, but I mean, we still have a little bit of daytime before we get really
Do
tired.
you need someone to drive?
Well, if we can rotate drivers, we can just
I
keep
can
going.
do it. Alicia sort of like shuffles into the helm.
Good, she's got a much better survival score than I do.
Quick question.
Is that what it
Yeah.
takes to
Are
drive?
we rolling
I have a really
con
high
saves for
survival.
the vehicles right off the bat? Because technically it's still the same day.
What?
Are we do we get another 8
Yes.
hours? Or
Yeah,
are we
no.
rolling them right away? We're
We're
rolling
doing
them.
this by hour, baby.
Okay. Let's do it.
Unless you, and also keep in mind. Let me just drop this down into an insidious tone. The longer you keep this postponed, the more time they're going to have to take to reset. They are gonna take 8 hours of needing to rest. So you guys can continue to do this, but if you get to a point where you stop, you're still gonna have to stop for 8 hours. Just keep that in mind.
Let's just not stop. Seems like the good way to do it.
I love that.
I mean, if they can get us there,
Let's
if you
go.
and I are well
All
rested,
right.
we'll take care of Vander.
Ooh.
Hour by hour, let's get this
If
done.
you get us there,
All
we'll
right,
handle
so
it.
we're on hour 5 extra of travel, 6 hours total. 6 hours of extra.
So we're on 14 hours.
14 hours since you started.
Yeah.
This is a lot of math. I'm gonna write this.
Have I slept?
Right, so we are going to
Not yet.
have to sleep.
No. So you guys have about 2 more hours before you're going to need to have the people in the vehicles sleep. I will say that since you did prepare for this, however many people over that first 8 hours of travel could have used that time to go to bed, it was right away in the morning.
I would say nobody can really sleep until the second half. Or
Yeah.
the third run.
I'm gonna
The
agree
second
with
run.
you there.
I don't know.
So, whomever would like to helm the vehicle.
Or, I was gonna say I've.
No, you by all means, if you'd like
What?
to do this, you absolutely can.
What?
She wants a dibs on a sleep.
Oh, I was gonna
Alright.
say I would definitely sleep
Okay,
in the
sounds
vehicle
good.
then in the
Fancy,
afternoon. I think.
So you'll
Or,
sleep.
yeah, I'll
Is
sleep.
there anyone else
I'm
sleeping?
not doing anything.
I
So
was
it's-
driving the whole time.
I'm gonna
so-
ask an Aktar if
But
he
I'll
feels
sleep so I
comfortable.
can take the
If
helm.
they feel comfortable driving the vehicle.
But I.
They're gonna say, ooh, actually, do they have proficiency in this? They might.
I have proficiency in land vehicles, and I am attuned to
I-
an Aktar,
But
but
in support
think
mode,
so.
they have their
Survival.
own proficiencies.
Yeah, I could totally
They
sleep
have all
in and
two
do it. I've got high survival.
Yeah. You
I don't
can
think you
absolutely drive.
need proficiency in vehicles to drive
You
the.
do not. It's just regular roll, but you get advantage if you have proficiency.
Oh well.
Wait, oh no, you get to add your proficiency modifier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. I trust you, Aktar.
I
All right,
trust
so
you
whoever
too.
wants to sleep, Denaktar doesn't need to. So
So I will say I slept during the day, and then I can drive whenever needed.
So hang on, Denaktar, we haven't decided if he takes orders from anybody, so how's he gonna get directions to where we're supposed to go?
Didn't
I
you
will
circle
get
it on
those
the
from
map,
you.
Bottlin?
let's just do a heading, and then if the heading needs to change, we'll change the heading. And then I can tell that to Denaktar.
So you can't sleep either.
Well, I
Peter.
could sleep because I don't think we're gonna need to change
Peter?
direction very much.
Peter,
Yes.
can I ask you a question?
Maybe. What
Are
is
you
it?
going to be awake the whole time we're driving?
Probably not. Do you need, what does that mean? Why do you have that blank look on your face?
I don't know if I can self-navigate.
That's okay. Can you stay in one direction?
When your mental faculties shut off for rest, mine do as well.
That's okay, Peter. One of
I
us
can
do
drive,
it.
Peter. How's the other
Let's
vehicles
do a couple
doing?
more
Do we need a
hours and then
driver?
we'll make this decision.
Yeah.
It's like whoever needs it.
All right.
Roll the dice! We're getting hour 7 now!
20.
It's gone. Nuanen and I are keeping
Do you want to keep this roll?
a dedicated
yes.
watch.
Why?
It was
You
definitely
say yes
double
or no.
digit.
You say yes or
I
no.
got a 16, natural 14 plus 2.
You could have had the best.
I could have had a what?
You could have had the best.
I could have had a 20?
No, I'm lying to you. It was a 13.
Okay, that's 1 hour down. We're good. One more hour.
I got Murky Timmy.
Is anybody actively sleeping right now?
What
You
time is
are-
it? That's why I'm confused.
You
Because
need-
I'm like, okay, so we've been doing this for what, 15, 16 hours? I would have slept.
Yeah.
Last hour
I would have
was
taken a nap.
16 hours.
Okay, I would have taken a nap like in the afternoon, slept my 4 hours. I can do
I
that.
would say that anyone
Okay.
who was not helping with the vehicles could have 8 hours of rest by the next go round.
I slept and I'm
This
good
involves
to
Heidi,
I
Bodlin
can
is
drive.
busy, Guile,
Alethea.
Alicia.
Alicia.
go. Yeah.
I know, it's sad, right?
Well, somewhere she's sleeping.
Sixer. So there's several people. You could also. Wait, no, you can't. Never mind. It's Sixer
Peter,
was also
buddy, do
helping.
you need a
Sixer
break?
can't.
I am doing okay.
You sure?
So fine.
Okay, one more
Yeah.
hour. Ready?
Alright.
Let's
Alright.
keep going.
14.
14.
Nice.
If
Good. I hear bartering. Is this what's happening?
if
Bartering.
it's-
Uh-oh.
if it's a 1,
Is this the part of the denial you're in?
That's a suck.
But-
Bartering?
That sucks.
Wait.
Hold on.
What was it?
if it's a 1,
Uh-huh.
but it rolls higher, like it rolls a 10, does it still fail?
So, the exhaustion, the stats that are rolling these Constitution saving throws for exhaustion, they are not your stats. They are the stats of the vehicle.
Yeah.
So the vehicle has a +4 to Constitution, but it can't adjust to a base 10, like other subclass traits can do.
Can I whisper sweet nothings to the vehicle to give it a +5?
He does have to speak Infernal.
Yeah, no.
No? Okay, it blows up again.
It was a natural 1?
Yeah.
It was. Let me paint a picture for you guys.
What's the total?
What is the roll? Is it
It's a-
survival? What is it?
It's a con save.
Having
For the
breached
vehicle.
this sort of area of eroded rock that you were navigating just prior, you came out on the other end on the top of this sort of like moving, almost undulating hilly surface that seems flat, but on the other side there is a cliff face just off to your left. That cliff face is the long burrowed remains of a tributary of the River Styx that has created a rather deadly valley just off to the side. And as your car is cresting around the side, pushing its way, you hear the screaming from inside the engine bellow out as it's reaching its near peak of the days of the ability to like move forward.
Oh.
It screams to a point where all of you have to begin to sort of like cover your ears before the entire machine rattles and you hear a pop before the scream fizzles out and the vehicle itself begins slowly rolling to its own stop in the direction of said cliff face. I'm gonna need someone to make a
Who's on the thing?
check to
I feel so
stop the
good.
vehicle.
Who's on the
before
ball?
it makes
I'm
it.
so on the ball. I'm
Now,
so
Finch
on
is
the
on the ball.
I was like, we can get
Hey,
out and try
Fixer,
to
can you
stop
drop the
vehicle
ball and stop us
physically.
from
Yes,
rolling?
he absolutely can. He absolutely can.
Like an anchor.
Not release the
Yeah.
ball, but drop the chain.
Release the ball!
Don't release it. Just drop
I
it.
asked
Right.
We're
for
also
Ball.
jumping out and trying to stop it.
just
I feel like this heavy ball would easily stop us, but we'll see.
You hear the chain rattle from behind you as the ball swings around and is going to begin to sort of slam itself into the ground, anchoring
Gently.
you in place.
It's filled with explosives. Please.
You hear
It's
the
a plus 10.
pang of metal and rock as the demon grinder snaps into like a halt before you, just sort of feet before the edge of this cliff face,
That was really good, Fixer.
and everything is on the ground. He immediately begins to exit to go try and pry this huge iron ball from the ground. Yeah.
Nuanen and I are like jumping out of the car and just like perimeter.
Sounds good. Roll perception.
Front,
check.
back.
Oh
I got
yeah.
a quick
Or
question.
wherever.
Yeah.
Was that scream the sound of the remaining fuel in the vehicle escaping?
You put your ear up to the very
Oh,
hot
shit.
engine, and you can
I
hear
didn't-
sort of like a residual
not-
gurgling, like.
Who is not having a good day?
Oh, well, I don't know if we're going to use any more today, but I wanted to know.
It's there. There's still essence in there.
Okay.
Grudj is just gonna pull the tormentor up next to it and put her in park.
This is happening in the last hour of whoever's sleep. So, if anyone who needs 8 hours of sleep, who has taken 2 hours of activity, I'm looking at you
Yep.
as well as some other people.
I would have got
already.
sleep if I could have. I don't have anything else.
When did you take your activity? Your 2 hours of light stuff?
I-
You probably would have leaned toward the end, right?
Yeah, I don't think I just mostly look out the window. That's my light activity.
Sounds good.
I am going to immediately get this fixing done so that I can go to bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump out and try to help you as well.
Okay.
We'll keep a watch over your shoulders. as
Oh,
you
I'm going to
two-
re-merge with the
Backstab.
Naktar because it is brutal outside.
It is. You guys are standing on a more elevated area, and in doing so, it is hot. So hot.
Oh wow, regretting the 2 layers of armor
I'm
now.
wearing leather.
Oh yeah. My under leathers are moist.
Not going to lie, I am so glad that I'm
Coats
inside
off,
of this.
hair's in a ponytail,
Yeah.
Oh,
sleeves
if
are
you...
rolled up,
Ooh,
legs
I-
are rolled up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'd say Nuanen like piles all her hair up into like some
big
sort of
battle bun.
bun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before,
Like the
What?
first time.
Oh, you
That's
have to
cool.
stay inside the dome, don't you? You know, honestly, it would probably be better if you did a dome instead of...
There's other people doing it.
Oh.
Heidi's
Well.
got one.
Well, someone should do a dome so people can be comfortable while we go through this time.
Well, we don't really want to include the vehicles as much because they're fine and
Yeah.
they just take up space in the dome.
No, the vehicles are fine. I'm just talking about the people.
Yeah, they got it.
Good roll.
Ooh, did you fix
Damn.
it yet?
Yeah, I fixed it. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, reconnect that plug there and then just fill the compartment with juice and we should be good to go.
Thank you, Valenccya. I did those exact things, and it's working perfect now.
Yeah. I find that always helps in a
They
carriage.
tighten the wishbone and
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Fill
come
the
over at
blinker
some point
fluid.
and offer you guys our water thing.
Could you
That
just
sounds
kind of
great.
fill me in what happened?
I rolled. Is it just intelligence?
Yeah.
I rolled a 24.
You.
To fix it.
24?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, it is up and running. However, you have now reached 16 hours of travel. And you're going to need to, unless you're going to continue your force match, which you definitely do, you're going to need to allow 8 hours for your vehicles to reset if you'd like to. This choice I will leave to you.
How are people feeling? I'm starting to get a little tired,
I
but
slept.
like,
Sleep. If we
I will be up all night.
force march and we run into this again, it's pretty much you and Svicker that have to lead the fix on any of these.
which
And
I could.
both of you need to sleep because he hasn't been sleeping.
So in the last
Whoa.
2 times I've fixed the vehicle, could you call the time I spent fixing it as light activity, or
No.
was it pretty horrible?
You were pretty sweaty during that, Peter.
Okay.
Little tree, you should
Nice
probably
try.
sleep.
I was just thinking you could wake me up. and I would
Honestly,
fix it,
can I
but-
give you a point of inspiration just for the creative rules that I've been trying to do this game?
I love it.
We don't deal with this very often.
You're really
so-
trying to take any sort of slack I can give you, huh?
Yup, yup.
Yeah.
You're sleeping with
Honestly,
your
though,
eyes
this is
open.
the artificer's thing. Like this
Yeah.
is it. Yeah.
Find the loophole.
I mean,
Okay.
if we can move the
This is-
vehicle,
But
This is
to
our
answer your
Peter.
question, abso-fucking-lutely not. You cannot.
perhaps we can move the vehicles off to a slightly less inconspicuous location.
Once they're
and
fixed.
Once they're fixed.
I have catnap, but that only gives me
Oh.
short rest bonuses.
I
Did
need
you
to
want
sleep.
to use that spell?
Do any of
No,
our
it's not going to be beneficial.
do any of our sort of wizardy friends have like a camouflage they could sort
Okay.
of drape like maybe we could just be a big rock.
Unfortunately, our illusionist is gone.
He went back.
I just lay down on the ground.
Alright, Dome.
I'm gonna pick Peter up and carry him over to somewhere. Yeah, I'm gonna pick him like a child. I pick Peter up and I put him to bed in the dome.
Yeah. Little dome hammock.
All right,
I
little
feel
tree,
like
let's
I
go.
should hate this, but I never do.
No. I put you to bed.
Nuanen. In picking Peter up, your hands on sort of between the middle of his shoulder blades. There's a patch of skin on the back that is a different temperature than the rest of his body. It's slightly cooler.
Can she feel that through to Naktar?
You can feel it through his clothing. I would say, wait, you're still fused with Dinactar? I love this.
Does the Nectar feel cool to the touch?
Disregard everything I said.
Okay.
Dang.
I am sorry that I make things so confusing. Okay,
No,
I'm
there's just a
asleep
lot
now.
of layers to this, literally.
I put you to bed and I took you in.
Okay.
Where?
In the dome.
Okay.
Somewhere comfortable, even if I have to like lay down my like furs or whatever. I move him from where he collapsed on the ground and find a spot for him to sleep wherever that may be.
I'm definitely
Even if it's
still
in the
awake.
vehicle. Like I
Thank
don't
you,
know.
Nuanen.
You're still awake?
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought you said
I've been-
you lay down!
I
Yeah.
did.
Oh,
Did.
well,
His eyes
Lord.
were open the whole time.
You need to sleep, little tree. You got it.
I
Okay.
bed down as well and I summoned Clover
I'm
back.
gonna
You two were surveying the surroundings, correct?
Oh,
Can I
yes.
get those perception checks?
Oh yeah, you sure can.
21.
7.
Great. You're looking down that canyon at about 1,000-foot drop to a ruddy line that carves its way through the landscape. You are looking not just at the bottom, but at the various sides, and you can see a bit of movement from down a ways. The distance is hard to approximate, but you see sort of the flitting of creatures going from one side of the canyon to the other, settling for a bit, and then disappearing in sort of like a pocket cave.
Okay, I
What'd you
note
get?
that. You see the pocket caves over there? I
No.
see you looking at the dirt, so if you just look up.
Oh, over
Yeah,
there.
past that
Yep,
cool rock
sorry.
you were staring at.
Uh-huh.
You'll notice they're flitting out of. Grudge, you see those caves up there?
I'm not with you.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we're
just.
Yeah.
Well, looks like we're not alone. Keep our wits about us.
Guess we'll just keep watch.
I'm gonna say
Rest of the
Bodwin, since no one really took the initiative here, is gonna look for a place that might be a bit more inconspicuous.
A familiar face makes its way out of the cauldron. And it's going to be taking watch with you. It's Sulu.
Aw.
A familiar amorphous being.
A greyish blob.
A
With
well done
eye like
eraser
this.
nib. Okay.
Bodwin's going to have a brief sort of aside with Amemnon before Amemnon says, Alright, I think since we've already started to cast protective wards in the area, we might want to move the vehicles to a more stationary position. I was resigning this for moments when we would need a bit more respite, but if you're okay, then I think that we might want to dwell in my home for tonight.
Alright.
He sort of like gives a positive inclination to Bodlin before Bodlin begins to helm one of the vehicles, tearing off towards the western side, where there's this like sort of like shallower area that begins to dip down between two hills where you can't see the vehicles as readily. And when Amemnon exits the vehicle in that area, he's going to begin to cast Magnificent Mansion.
Savage. I see that. I want to be so pissed.
Huh?
If this is just what he does every night, doesn't even have to stay in the horribly hot
Nice.
room that's made out of rock.
I remind Amemnon to lock the Hellrider. The devil's.
Which one?
Yeah, I remind him to lock the Tormentor.
Okay.
The open top tormentor. It's basically a convertible.
Yeah.
The fucking
lock
dune
it.
buggy.
It does the boop, boop, but inside he's like.
Easy enough. You all managed to find relative safety. If anyone wanted to like sort of disguise or take a moment to like try and stealth your stuff, you may do so. But for now, I'm going to use the natural landscape as stealthing.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
Perfect.
yeah.
Upon entering into the sort of warm glow of an intricately laced doorway, yes. It has these sort of runes that lace the arch of it that have like an angular inclination. It's almost infernal in how it's laid, but as you pass through the threshold, the interior of an immense sort of red stone foyer meets your gaze. It is remarkably similar to the sort of cylindrical shape of the Bastion of Extraplanar Knowledge at Candlekeep. And around the exterior of the open second floor that you can see above you through this huge opening, there is a red lit glassy chandelier of wrought iron and crystal that leads to bedrooms up on the second floor. There's a winding staircase that sort of starts at the entrance around the entire periphery onto the second floor, and there's 3 sort of opened archways in this interior space.
I'm looking
that
for
lead to other-
a soft surface.
Is this an illusion or is this actually real?
No,
Isn't
I'm
this-
heading towards the
Isn't
softest
this place
surface.
full of food too?
It is. As you guys are greeted, an illusory
Wow.
sort of
Fuck.
reddish,
I
transparent
would've taken a nap
servant
sooner.
begins
Wish I
to
was a
greet
wizard.
you noiselessly and take any of your belongings that you need to be housed in
Laundered.
a certain area.
Oh, there are a lot of things I need laundered. There's a lot of undershirts.
To the rooms in the
I only
house
got
as
what I'm wearing.
they start drifting in a line as each of you begins to give your stuff and move into the interior, spaced out equidistant up this stairway into adjacent rooms. Amemnon says, "Well, make yourself at home. Mine is yours for this evening, and yours is mine."
Where
Thank you.
is the bathroom?
Are we safe?
Ah, yes, through that archway there. He points over to the western wing, as well as there are basic amenities in every room, and if you need anything, please let me know.
Do you have a pool?
Is there a
there
pool?
a pool? Is there a pool?
I was gonna ask if there was a
Is there
pool.
swimming? Can we
I
take
was
a bath?
gonna go to the jacuzzi.
Is
so
there that?
Is there that?
Is there that?
That's what I'm assuming the bathroom has.
There
The
is
bath?
now.
A bath, a real bath.
I think I just truly pray to Mialiki in this moment of like, thank you
I
for
don't
bringing
care.
me through
I
the
don't
path to the place where we were meant to meet, even though it is a hard path we walk together.
I'm using my 2 hours of light activity to
Is there a bar?
sit in the hot tub.
What else here? What's here?
Yeah, let's get a bard. Can
Is
we
there
have a
no
bard?
bar room?
Oh, okay.
If you'd like to
What
view
bard's
the
good?
dining hall, it's straight through that center archway there, as well as my own personal library is off to the eastern wing.
How many rooms are there?
Do you use
As
this
many
every
as
night?
you need.
Sweet, we could all get our own room.
Contrary to what could be considered popular belief, no. I am here for the same endeavors as you, and I would like to at least hold myself to the same standards.
Not gonna lie, if you would have said something like yes, then I would have been like, oh, so that's why we can't teleport anywhere, because you're using all your magic to live in your fancy home.
Do you want to roll an insight check?
I mean, Peter, if I had access
I don't
to
have
this,
time for this. I would have go sit in the hot
absolutely
tub.
be hanging out in here all
I'm gonna
day.
go with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I
Wait, is
hold
there-
back the urge to just climb in full armor.
I'm gonna wait. So I'm gonna go check out the dining hall first, and if there's like a bar situation, grab a drink and then go to the jacuzzi.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
2 ales.
So inside the main area, there's this immense space that's sort of octangular. In the center is a sort of like curved table that almost connects, but at its front is this sort of like what am I trying to think of? Sliding second table that moves around the area, where a servant can place dishes and then move them to whoever needs to. Along the sides, though, there are a number of cabinets
Dining.
with illusory, well, not illusory, but magically created china of various sort of like lineages
Wow.
and make. One of the ones on the side, though, does have a number of bottles of liqueur, and it is locked with a small gilded sort of red brass lock. And there appears to be two servants, one on either side of this first, of the sort of like first, where the first walls meet the second walls. We're just waiting for direction as you enter the empty space.
I just like tentatively walk up to them, not sure how any of this works at all.
They're sort of like
Coach
formless.
one.
Their
I was gonna
faces
say,
don't exist really.
What are the servants like? They're just like sort of.
Yeah, they're like sort of formless red ghosts.
Hello.
Cool.
His attention is towards you, but he doesn't say anything in response.
Is there one in the bathroom?
Yeah, an attendant. He offers you a towel.
There are. I'm gonna get to that in just a second.
Okay.
Do you have anything with cinnamon in it?
It sort of like bows its head just slightly,
Any liquor with cinnamon?
and then it bows its head again, and sort of like begins to drift and turn. It makes its way to that wall nearest it, right before the sort of like cabinets begin, and with it, the tracings of sort of like a reddish line create its own archway as a doorway opens and it passes through. Before it appears on the other side of that sort of like cabinet that you can see through the glass, and it begins to like grab things out, disappearing into that sort of liminal back room space, and then comes out of the door with a crystal sort of lowball glass and hands you it, filled with liquid.
Oh my god. Does it smell like cinnamon?
Yeah, it does. It smells like cinnamon. There's also sort of like a wedge of citrus in it, as well as beautiful jingling cubes of ice, which you have not fucking seen since we're on the material plane.
God.
Are you with me? Are you in there too? No.
Y'all
I went to the
in
hot
there?
tub, baby.
went to the right
We did the hot tub.
into that corridor. It's a long corridor, and it makes it. You sort of like make your way about 30 to 40 feet in. There's two doorways. There's one that leads off in an arch to an area that sort of smells like steam. As you can feel the humidity of the air
smell my way
pushing
to the
through, pushing through that area. The other side has this cooling presence from it. Almost like that scent of, I want to say chlorinated water, but it's probably not chlorinated, filtered water, and the burbling of moving water in there. You have your choice.
I'm gonna walk into the room
Which one?
that is humid.
Okay, sounds
Look
good.
around.
The interior, there is this stepped octagonal pool of sort of drifting smoke and crystal clear liquid. The tiles are a bright red, so the water takes on an appearance almost like reddish water.
That's so hot.
And along the side, there are baskets of freshly fluffed linens, robes hung on the sides. There's 2 tables just next to it that appear to have the oils of whatever masseuse might be working there, as well as 2 attendants in similar posts at the front next to the doors.
Is there an actual person at the masseuse station?
No, it's a similar thing. So it's like
Okay.
a formless, faceless,
Red smoky ghost.
red being.
Is there a smoky ghost that will help me remove my clothes?
As you open your arms, the two servants drift to you and begin to like slowly undo your
I
garments.
step out of the neckwear before asking.
That's
Ask
they
them to
begin
wash.
to do your garments, taking particular care to avoid your wing as you flinch.
How is
move
that
and
doing? We haven't really gotten an update.
Yeah, we'll figure it out in a second.
Okay.
Where are you going?
I think Valenccya just takes a moment to not be in hell, and kind of as people drift apart and as this feels a little safer, I think I probably approach a servant for a snack and probably grab the equivalent of like a bottled water and a green apple.
You sort of like nod to you and drift down the hallway to go get what you need.
I summon Clover back.
Morph!
Morphs
It tackles
around.
you and licks your face like in that needy dog way where it's like, it's been so long!
Yeah.
It's been so long!
Yeah.
I miss you!
And then he has a moment of somberness as we both know that Vander is not with us. And yeah, I'll just let him go. Let him have a good time as well. And,
More sploosh into the water.
and I'll just begin to eat my apple and float around in the
Which way did you go? Cooling or humid?
Peter went to the humid one, so here's what happened. I walk in, Peter goes, take off my clothes, servants. I walk into that bath and I'm like, interesting, and I go to the other bath.
This one is a similar size, but most of the space is taken up by a crystalline clear red pool that has steeped depths. There's sort of, you can, as you're looking into the pool, there's half octagonals that create like a stairway that goes into the deepest parts. There's the same trappings along the sidewalk.
I just clap and I walk like straight into the water.
It's cool.
I shout for a Memnon, like, hey
Wait, are you
man.
wearing your armor?
Yeah,
Okay.
it needs it.
Yeah.
Might
Just
drown. It's
brown.
pretty heavy.
Yeah, I go too deep for a little bit and I'm like,
Suffocate.
Grudj, where are you headed?
I think he's just gonna stand in the foyer for a bit and just kind of think about his dad, and his home.
It looks very similar to Roxrose's home, doesn't it?
Got some similar vibes to it, which kind of makes him smile. And then he is kind of seeing everyone else kind of flit about. I think he's gonna go check out the rooms before he does anything else.
On the heels of
Just to
Heidi
see.
and Alicia, for sure.
dibs and beds.
Yeah, and he's gonna kind of just peek his head into one of the doors just to see what's in there.
The rooms are fairly spacious.
Okay.
They have their own fireplace in each of them. They also have sort of attending rooms. So there's this small room, like a dressing chamber with a wardrobe, a like footstool where you can sit, put on clothes and all that. A fairly wide, sort of like full-sized bed with silk bedding on it. There are a few paintings in each of these rooms. The one that is assigned to you, where like they bring your clothes into, has this piece that looks almost like a history painting. It shows the final moments in a climactic battle that's taking place in what you could only assume as sort of like a valley of a mountain range.
Sure.
There is smoke clearing and victory in the skyline, and you see a number of, specifically one individual with these red wings and a sword outstretched,
Sure.
guiding the charge towards the opposing army.
Cool. Is there a mirror
Yeah, absolutely.
in here? Cool.
In the dressing chamber, there's a full one.
Okay, yeah. I think Grudj is gonna kind of take a moment and just kind of in this space that's very familiar to him. He's gonna kind of he's gonna look at first. Is there like a robe or anything like that in there, like a dressing gown or something like that?
I'll say that when you open the wardrobe, there are a few base elements. So
Okay.
there's like a nice leisure sort of smoking jacket that you can just pop on.
Okay.
As well as a couple towels, extra bedding, some pillows,
Sure. Okay.
an ironing board, a hair dryer.
And he's gonna take. So,
It says "Days In" on the wall.
There's an infernal text in the pull-out drawer.
He's gonna take a moment and he's gonna kind of look through, touch some of the bed clothing and stuff that's there for guests, and then he's gonna turn and he's gonna look in the mirror and he's going to just take, for the first time in months, he's gonna just kind of look at himself, and just kind of take stock. Everything's changed a little bit.
Yeah.
He's got his hair's longer.
There's a severity to like your general appearance.
His tusks are longer, and he takes off his shirts, and he kind of, he's never looked at it yet, but he turns his back to look at the scar the dragon left, because he's never seen it before.
It's Batman.
Yeah. So, in a moment, not dissimilar to acceptance. You know that sort of thing of where patients, when they have a limb removed, you know, in their first few moments of having to accept it,
Sure.
see how their body has been changed by the effects of, you know, the experience. You look back and you do have to take a moment to really accept the entirety of this brutal scar. Your skin is mutilated. Where it was smooth in your boyhood is no longer the case. It stretches across your shoulder blades, threatening sort of the front face of you. And you can see it runs the length of your back, like...
Shoulder to hip kind of thing?
No.
Or straight down?
It's straight down the middle. And really the brunt of where it sort of blooms out is right over your shoulder blades, where you can see the impact point of it. It's real. It's healed.
I think before he leaves the room, he's going to light the fire.
As you even approach, it begins to like start to flame.
And seeing that, he's going to think about his dad Rakshas really liked the smell of hickory, so he's going to think about the smell of a hickory wood fire and try and see if that influences it at all.
You could create a hickory log with your magic, couldn't you?
Yeah, but I can't. I have to be in the room with it.
Oh.
But like,
Opening your eyes after concentrating, there is an ambient smell of sort of like the boughs of hickory trees. You can see on the mantle, almost like they were placed there before you entered, there are sort of like laden decorative boughs of hickory.
And he's going to kind of straighten up. He's going to put on the smoking jacket and he's going to begin making his way down towards the baths.
Grudj, there's a pool!
away.
so far away.
If you're okay as you're beginning your descent,
Yeah.
you are grabbing your
In the
drink.
bar.
Yeah. Are you just drinking and drinking and drinking, or is there a ending
no.
point?
You're
Yeah, no, I
splashing
just-
around in the...
She takes a moment to really, really enjoy the cinnamon, whatever it is that they gave her.
As you're getting lost in your beverage, you can feel the presence of another
It just
person in the
takes a
room.
moment.
You hear, that seems like the right idea. Alicia begins to talk to one of the servants and sidles up to you as the other servant begins to prepare her a drink. Similar, looks like just a neat whiskey in a glass. And she sits down on just a few chairs down, stretching herself, and just for the first moment relieving herself on the in the space.
Right?
Almost
say
like
in
all the
Elvish.
tension for the last 7 days.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Is this... And I'm talking to her in Elvish. Is this real? Or is it an illusion?
As real as it's gonna be. Oh my gosh, I hope so.
Yeah, me too.
I would have taken less payment if this was an every night thing.
Words can't describe it.
Yeah.
As you guys drink together,
Mm-hmm.
you are in the.
Yeah, I think I take a nice dip in my armor, and then I scrape it all off, get down to the bare necessities, and I just float around the pool, channeling my best try at it, attempting to be peaceful in this moment of respite. So I'm thinking like Dax would. I'm like, be peaceful, be at peace, float on the
Easy.
water. But I think I get tired of that, and I probably hear that there are drinks, and I'm probably gonna have a drink after.
It's easy
Yeah.
to feel serene in a place like this. I will say, as you're looking at the ceiling, you notice that there's a beautiful fresco that's painted on this sort of octagonal vaulted
Good
ceiling.
job, Amemnon.
There's
Yeah.
8 different images, and they show the story of a man who sort of gained power in an army and took a fight guided by his own prowess and managed to succeed. It's a little cryptic. It's sort of what am I trying to think of?
Is it religious
mythic,
or
and it's
arcane?
No, it's more like Byzantine art where it's a little bit heightened, and there's it's more about symbolism, sort of a fusion of realism and religious symbology.
Storytelling.
That-
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily a 1-for-1.
Okay. Yeah, I
You also, as you're kind of doing that, enjoying and looking and whatever, you feel a splash
Yep.
of water next to you as and a scream as Spixer cannonballs into the pool.
Yep, and that's about when I go to get the drink as he just discolors the water around him.
Literally, sort of like a putrid gray.
All right, I'm
Was
gonna go check out what
Fixer
Peter's up
wearing
to.
any clothes?
Okay.
No, I'm
Ah!
sorry.
Neoliki, protect me, my goddess! Ah! Whoa! Get her out of there.
Oh, do you wanna?
Well, as you're gonna go see what Peter's up to,
The clothes have been relieved from you. You are, I'm assuming, fully naked?
I take one of those small hand towels and I wrap it around my waist.
I'm sorry, you said a small hand towel that
Yeah.
you wrap around your waist?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's like one of those
Like a
little
loincloth?
Japanese
Loincloth!
It's like a short towel.
you
that,
see in the anime and manga where they tie it at the waist and it's just
Yeah.
So you're
just
brushing-
It's
mid
a
thigh,
traditional loincloth.
just a mid thigh.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I put that on and I'm like, hey,
Just you look
Servant,
over and they're
somewhere.
right next to you.
hi, I would love some alcohol.
Sort of references and then puts out his hand what alcohol?
Do you have any? Do you have everything? Yeah, give me some Finch wine.
Turns, drifts off towards a direction.
And I think about what I'm going to do next. And as I'm thinking, you probably come in. Hi, how's it going?
Spixer is in there, and we just bonded over a lot of things I didn't want to know about him.
3 things in particular.
Mieliki, help me.
Okay, I just kind of like passively like rub my ribs.
They're there. They hurt a little bit.
I'm gonna go get oiled up,
Okay.
and then maybe I'll take a bath or something. Maybe I should do the bath first. I'm gonna take a bath first. I'm gonna just like belly flop.
I'm gonna ask one of these servants to give me a massage someplace I've never.
You're a very perceptive person.
Yes, very.
What's your
Yep.
passive?
23.
Gotcha. Being around your friend, you know the ins and outs. You know you've seen it before. You've been in baths before.
Yes.
The tattoo on the back between his
Yeah.
shoulder blades. One, his left wing, is sort of like tied into itself, and looks, you know, a little bit sore from the break that he's sustained. But the middle, where that sort of centralized eye motif, the ink color has changed. Whereas before it was almost like this deep, deep blue, nearing black, that blended a little bit with his skin and gave some mystery. It is a stark, crystalline white. And it almost like bleeds out into the rest of the tattoo.
Hey, Peter.
I flip over.
Yeah. Did
What's
your
up?
tattoo always have Yeah, we're it's like you're getting a massage face down in the little
I actually
In
belly
the
flop.
toilet hole?
yeah, in the toilet hole. Did your tattoo always have that gradient sort of to the back of it? I reach out when the
There's
smoke
a servant like
takes a
kneading
break.
your legs at this
Yeah.
point. There's one on either side.
I just poke at the part that.
Ah, hey, careful.
Do you feel that?
Yeah,
Does it feel different?
it felt like you poked me.
It looks a little different.
It's cold to the touch.
Oh, it's cold. Peter, are you chilly?
No, it's pretty warm in here actually.
It's like warm, colder, coldest, cold.
Yeah, as you sort of like massage across his
Yep.
back, it does change
Are you
temperature.
massaging me now?
She is now because she's curious.
You've got a lump.
His skin
here.
is oiled, by the way.
Ew. Peter, you got a little.
My tattoo?
Yeah, there's something. It's not like infected. It's just it's a
Anymore.
little- Yeah. We definitely made sure to take care of that. So we.
It
got
was
that.
so infected.
It's fine now, though. But you feel all right? You haven't had any. I don't know.
Not gonna lie, I feel better now than I felt in a long time.
Yeah, me
And
too.
there's nothing that I could think of that would put my mind out of this super comfortable comfiness that I'm in right now.
The servants like
guess.
move towards your little hooves, starting to get them like nice.
Well, I'll let you relax. I don't want to keep your out of
Okay.
your sweet, relaxing thoughts of.
I just
One
kinda
of them
like-
sort of like
Relaxing.
moves over to you with a towel and like gestures to the other.
Oh, I definitely have to
Massage.
massage my feet. They've
Yeah.
been in boots all day, and it's
They
hellish.
set the towel down
Yup.
and sort of like turn around, waiting for you.
Gonna
to
need a
dry.
pumice stone or two. Yeah, I kick them up there and.
There is a little, brazier with stones so that they can do hot stone massages. But they sort of like are waiting for you to like get ready and on the table and like everything. They have set a towel out for you.
All right, I flop up there in my fluffy robe.
Are you, okay, so you are swimming with your armor on. Are you taking a massage with your armor on?
No, I would have taken my armor off to have like a nice little soak, maybe like 10 minutes, and then when Spixer came in, I want to put my armor back on.
Okay, sounds good. I'll just say for the sake of this massage, you're in whatever comfortable undress you are.
Yeah, my like skivvies. Oh,
But, it's, the amenities are available to you all for the rest of the evening. So as we move forward, dinner is going to happen, but
Sure.
is there anything else you guys would like to do or any places you'd like to connect with anyone?
I think I would join them in the baths just because gross. On my way, I would ask for a crisp white wine, green apples, a tray of green apples, goat's cheese, and walnuts
Bring those over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with a little bit of honey drizzled on it.
Yep.
easy enough. The servant sort of like follows you as they have a tray of various goodies and then a fluted glass of clear-cut crystal,
Thank goodness.
bubbling, like sparkling wine.
And I think I would start in the warm bath, but eventually I would move to the cool side, and I would just try to find a spot to sit and be alone.
Gotcha.
Right there as well.
After Valenccya lays face down on the toilet seat,
It is a toilet seat. It is a toilet seat.
A red toilet seat, honey.
It's a red toilet seat. No, it's-
I quietly get up and discreetly just kind of like
How
peer
discreet?
over at a mirror
Uh-huh.
behind me and see.
The same thing Valenccya just saw.
I look over at Valenccya. Is she?
Face down in the toilet bowl.
Yeah, is she not watching?
Yeah, she is face down in the toilet bowl.
I grab one of the robes and I put it on,
You grab the robot.
and then I grab my bag of stuff and I leave the room.
This robe almost without, like, it seems so natural, it's kind of insane. There's like 2 slits for your wings to come out on the robe itself.
Not even gonna question it anymore.
Love.
Everything's so perfect.
I want to live here.
I'm gonna just in my robe go to the dining area. I'm gonna see why my wine is taking so long.
You've seen Nuanen and Alicia sitting at the bar,
As you
drinking
stand
it all.
up, the servant has your wine ready for you.
Okay, I take the wine, I look at myself, I put the robe on, and then I head over to the kitchen where I'm going to eat a little something and drink a little more.
As is customary with Finch wine, specifically on harvesting, times of harvest, usually in the fall time, which you guys are in right now. It's customary to throw like a few grapes from this year's harvest into whatever event that you're drinking, and in your glass there are a few grapes.
They're in there.
Sort of like bobbing about.
Wow, they really know what they're doing.
Tastes like home.
It's like,
Tastes like grapes. Honestly,
Finch
hard to
grapes.
differentiate your parents' like wines from other wines in your age, but it tastes like your parents' wine.
I like break down a little emotionally, and then I hand the wine back.
As you hand it back, they hand you a tissue.
I take the tissue, and then I go to the bar and I get a
Or a
whiskey.
handkerchief.
You just see Peter come up to the bar with. I don't say anything. I see
I'm
her
gonna
having
roll.
like a thing, and I'm like, I'm just not gonna say I'm not gonna say anything.
I drink a shot of whiskey, then I have a whiskey sipping. And I'm just going to do that for the remainder of my light activity. And then I'm going to go to bed.
Sounds good. I will say also, this is the first time in the last half a week where food has tasted like food. Like, you are not in hell right now for all intensive purposes. Intents and purposes.
I eat so much I get a tummy ache. And then I eat a little bit
And then
more.
you throw up, make room.
No!
Amnon and Guile have kept mostly to themselves. They went off to the left, or I guess like the eastern wing, which wasn't mentioned at the very beginning. They took their dinner in there. Bodlin has mostly stayed upstairs until he reconvenes in the dining room ready to eat, and with the other parts of the group, Alicia will drink with you for as long as humanly possible until she decides that food is worth it.
Same.
And the
stay
straggler,
with her.
Sphinxer, comes in fucking buck naked and plops down on a
Whoa.
chair and begins to like order
just
up
all, like-
food. As like a servant is like trying to clothe them, like in like
Lovely.
the weird moment that it is. Yeah.
I think Grudj will wait until just as long as he can, just sitting in the cold water. And then he'll get up and he'll put his smoking jacket on and walk in as well.
It's really relaxing. You see that same sort of like vaulted sky or vaulted. What am I trying to think of? Story.
Oh, painting thing.
If you make your way into the dining room at some point,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I'm on my
leave.
fourth
Discreetly leave
Again?
as you come in. Yeah.
Where are you going? It's a
Go to
lot.
bed. I got sleeping to do. Still.
Okay.
Good night.
Good
That was
night.
weird. Can I squint at your back as you go? Why didn't you?
I'm wearing a robe.
Why did you go to bed early? What was that?
What do you mean go to bed early?
Yeah.
I've
You should
been.
You normally
you-
stay up.
Yeah, but
I'm
there's-
just like
I've been up for like 18 hours.
okay.
You're gonna have for 16 hours.
All right.
Plus
Oh,
the
yeah.
2 light activity
18
hours.
It's probably time for you to go to bed then.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Well,
I didn't sleep earlier.
I drink a bunch of whiskey and I wander around for just a little bit, enjoying just the wanderiness of this space. And yeah, I look for any sort of vegetation. I look for a live plant.
Not any plants in here.
Um,
This doesn't seem like it.
I keep wandering and I wander to an unknown.
There's some vine motifs that have like these pointed edges. Making your way into the eastern wing. It has a similar corridor to the western wing that's very long with one archway at the very end, which leads into this immense library. The ceilings extend past 3-4 stories with that similar sort of like winding staircase that seems to stretch all the way up to the top. It is full of tomes,
I better.
top to bottom. At the center, though, before this beautiful sort of red granite carved fireplace that is emitting a warm glow that encircles everyone like a hug as you enter. You see a very sturdy, regal mahogany desk that has a number of small, little like desk toys on it. Like
Puzzles,
there's
sort of.
exactly like little puzzles, sort of forked metal like pieces.
Brain buster.
Yeah, there's like a thing of loose paper held down by a glass paperweight that almost seems to have this like shifting like flame inside. A Memnon is sitting on the other side of it. A few books open, talking with Guile as they're poring over their plans for the next few days. They also have a few pieces of like food littering the area and some drinks. And their eyes sort of like, Giles in particular, meets you with like a piercing glare as you enter the space.
Didn't want to interrupt.
No, not at all. Come in.
The space is beautiful. Your handiwork is really well crafted.
The mind is a very beautiful thing.
Yeah, it makes me wish I maybe would have been a wizard, but you win some, you lose some, right? What do you do? Question for you, if you have a moment.
Depends on the question.
Do you have any rooms with just maybe like a view to outside, or I don't know, a greenhouse, maybe? Just
Where
something.
would you like to see?
Just someplace.
Wait, what?
Someplace green. Someplace, I don't know. Do you have like a?
You said you're from Neverwinter, is that right?
Yeah.
I have a wood to the south. Is
Yeah.
that right?
Neverwinter.
What are they? Pine, evergreen. I think I can conjure something up.
Sure. Yeah. That would be.
Almost like with a bare inclination, you see one of the servants appear before his hand as he flicks his finger out, and he sort of looks at it, nods a bit, and it moves to the doorway.
Thank you, and again, sorry for the trouble we've caused you, but
I'm very thankful that you're on this trip. I don't think I mentioned that yesterday, but without your group, but in particular you, we might have been left in the dark to the very last moments.
yeah. Well,
So no thanks is needed. In
Happy to
fact,
help.
I should probably thank you for enduring this light.
well, it's better together. Thank you for your company, and thank you for your servant. I nod to the smoky man and follow to wherever the little guy.
Sit down.
Oh. Okay, I go to sit and magically there's a chair
stool,
available.
like, choke comes up from the ground.
And it's my favorite color. That's absurd.
It's almost like the fabric of the rug, this sort of ornate Persian rug underneath it, makes the stool top as it begins to go up from the ground.
It's like right under my butt. Oh, yeah, sitting now.
Your, I want to say, adventuring party, the damaged goods.
Yep.
Is there anything that I and my research should know about your endeavors or your accomplishments?
I squint, not knowing what he means.
His
by
face
that.
is warm and earnest. Guile is sort of like eyes like slits looking at you from like above his shoulder. Just like reading you in this moment.
Okay. There's not much to really say about us. We all met in Succumber, a small town where Peter's parents are from. There were some goblins, times in need, and we just sort of all found each other. And, well, one thing led to another. We went in some caves, there were some goblins, there was a mage who,
That tome you had used to acquire entry into Candlekeep is a first edition of very potent necromancy. Where did you come across that?
oh, the Isle of Mintarn. I think that's where we collected the book from. Sort of a metal-wielding wizard. I think it was his, but I'm not super skilled at remembering that sort of text-based. Grudj could maybe
Details,
tell
not
you
your
more.
forte.
No, I'm more of an action person, but they were, I don't know, it was like one of three. Peter would know the details. I don't really. Mostly I focus on keeping Peter and Grudj in line so they can read the things and figure out the riddles, and then Nuanen and I can, keep them together. Mostly.
It's not every day
It works for us.
that you find tomes that specific out in the world. When Vander came to us, he had only a bit of a rugged, infernal knowledge tome that was, to my understanding, taken from a library in Neverwinter.
I'm familiar with the book. I smile in a way that I think he knows that I may have had a history with the book. I'm familiar with the book.
I know that my station in this expedition may lead you all to believe that I am guarded from the troubles that may affect you and your family. I would hope to impress upon you that I, like you, have a legacy and a heritage, have a family, had a family. Some of us, these sort of references to Guile, lead very complex lives, and we do have anything for those that we nearest kill. And I know the sacrifice that you made in even attaining that tome stands to reason that you care for your brother's life very, very much.
I do, but I'm not sure the choice is mine to make. He has to
It rarely ever is.
make his own choices, and I think he is, so hopefully I'll be able to stop him or talk some sense into him, but thank you for...
Now for a bit of honesty. He sort of like leans in
I
towards
shift
you.
a little bit. I've been honest.
Your father What do you know of the information that Vander's trying to get?
There is a seal on my father's back, and Vander believes that information can be gathered from his contact in the Hells to get out of the contract. I felt for so long we were instructed on every detail of right from wrong. I would have thought that this was something we could have avoided, but I don't really have the details of how it happened. Vander is insists on stopping it, and I guess he's right. It should be stopped, but not at the cost of you, not at the cost of the Candlekeep. I mean, the work, it'll all go to waste. It's not.
These agreements that devils make, they burn so far into a person that the removal of them can often cost more than it was that they were attained in the first place. When I came to Candlekeep, so many years ago, I was following a similar path. I had hardship in my life that drove me to compromise that only a devil could satisfy. It left me like this. He sort of like stretched out his arms. Now, I could have stopped. I could have lived with my agreement and found myself even further down that hole than I was when I entered. I chose the path of redemption, of knowledge and understanding. And I was able to rise out of it with sacrifice. So much sacrifice.
Does Guile look like
She's
she's
sort of
heard this story before, or like?
She's like, for the first time in this conversation, her attention is not on you. It's on Amemnon, and there's this glance, since you have such a high perception,
Yeah.
of almost like a daughter listening to the stories of her father. Her hand is on his shoulder, and with that he says, "But I would have never gotten to where I am, or known the people that I know." And he sort of like grabs Giles' shoulder. If I did not make those very tough choices, now is the time where you have to think about what decisions you're going to make in this life. I won't bore you with details, but I would take tonight in relative relaxation, at least as much as my magic can allow, to ponder where the next few days are going to take you.
Do you think Vander's on a similar path to you? Do you think Vander even?
I think if there's anyone between the two of us that would know who's destined for a path that they would take, it's you.
Well, me or Mialiki, and I can ask her and see what she imparts. But
We may only prepare for this life. We may not write the story with our own hand. If you need anything this evening, let me know.
thank you. I do like a polite little Neverwinter bow and scuttle away.
Toddle off.
Yeah.
Sounds good. The night is drawing near. Some people have slept. Is there anything you want to do for these 8 hours? I guess it's 24 since it's Magnificent Mansion, because it's up for a full day.
Yeah, but we
That will allow.
need to-
probably
Yes,
won't.
you're gonna probably leave as soon as possible.
A quick 8 and out.
Exactly. Is there anything you'd like to do, or any conversations you'd like to have, any meeting places that would like to take place before you move forward to your sort of third day of travel?
If you slept kind of in like the late afternoon, do you need to, is it like then you stay up and you need to sleep in the afternoon the next day, or is it kind of like you
reset maybe?
I don't
That's a
think
really confusing question for the place that we're in. I'm gonna say yeah, but also kind of.
I don't think you need to. Like, you
Okay.
could just
I'm gonna
get
say-
a little tired and then sleep with the rest
It's gonna
of
be
us.
about like 16 hours before you feel tired again.
okay?
But then even as you start feeling tired, you can sleep with the rest of us the next night.
Sure.
Yeah. It's a bus trip. We're all on buses.
I was gonna say, here's some things I want to do. Cannonball. Jump on every bed like you're in a hotel, or that one Matilda movie where you jump down all the beds. I want to do that. I want to find and touch a live, living tree, and then I want to show Nuanen that I found a tree.
Okay. First, cannonball. Easily accomplished. Don't need a check. Second, jumping on beds. I'm gonna have you roll just a quick little persuasion check for me.
I don't think there's rooms with multiple beds. It's
While
Persuasion
she's
check.
doing that, I'm just gonna drink.
Wait, persuasion?
Yeah, to persuade the people in the rooms to allow you to jump on their beds.
Other people.
So funny. It's a 28.
Yeah, they seem fine with it. You're jumping.
All the
It's
Valencias.
funny because as the bedding begins to move with the jumping, it lands in like the perfect place every time.
Remaking itself.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. I understand your convincing nature,
yeah.
and I totally just say no.
Which, with each jump, I get a little bit more
Rejected.
manic, but I get more centered, I think.
Can you beat a 25 or whatever
Yeah,
the fuck it was?
28.
28.
A 28.
You
three
gotta
more
let
than
me in that
5.
bed.
I got inspiration, right?
Yeah, you do.
Let me
if
in
you
that
want to use
bed,
it for this,
baby.
you absolutely
Nat
can.
1, let me in your bed, Peter.
It's a nat 20.
And then even if I
Intense.
give it a +5, it's still less than a 28.
Sounds good.
Could use your
You
inspiration.
squish
point.
past him and jump on his bed.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh
I
my
gotta
God,
test
she's
out
so
this
cute.
bed.
Oh, Valencya.
I'm gonna try to push you. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna be like, what are you doing? And I'm gonna push you.
Attack roll. You're not wearing armor. It's against your AC without armor.
Haha! 15 minus 1, 14.
That's not gonna hit. I don't think.
You're not wearing any armor.
I'm not, but I don't think that hits.
I think it's still higher.
I don't think so.
Really?
What?
suppose
My dex
It's a
is-
10.
My dex is +2.
This
and
is
my
You
so
have a
dumb.
12.
shield
This
is.
is
Such,
Yeah, it probably
such
hits
a
me.
great use of our
This
time.
is great.
Yeah, this is great. You can push me off that.
And now it's a contested strength for a shove.
I'm fine. Yeah, contest me, baby.
I'm gonna give it a +5.
You're an ass.
And I'm gonna make it,
It's his bed.
A 10?
yeah, 10.
16, motherfucker. I sit on your wing.
I push. I fall off the bed.
That hurts! I'm gonna
I-
say.
Hit her.
I fall on the ground and I groan.
Good.
You feel
Love
love to the first bear.
tonight.
I win.
Is this
I'm just like,
flirting?
why?
I've had like 3 whiskeys. It's like Rowdy Val.
Whiskey and Miller.
You drank?
Yeah. Yup. Val's
Oh.
drinking it.
I'm gonna say, yeah, as much alcohol as you would like to have, you can have in
I
this
have it.
place.
I haven't.
That sounds wonderful and
That's great.
lovely.
Get out of my room.
Little point of things that I want to make sure happens. When you inevitably go into your room to jump on your own bed,
Yes, I do.
you notice
The end of the night.
in the main area of your room where the walls to most of the other rooms are blank or have some sort of like tepid tapestry on it. You have a window of carved ebony wood that looks out into a glade of shaded trees, not unreminiscent of the southern woods of Neverwinter.
I want to spend some time just staring, smelling the air.
I try to get comfortable again.
You know when you were
swear
at
you can feel the
Dragon's Spear Castle,
Yeah.
and you were in that restroom or like that sort of washroom that had that wall with
Fresco.
the illusory like outside. It's similar. Like the depth to it has a definite end.
It's real but unreal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I take the moment to just thank for the rest and
Sounds good.
have a little Mialiki moment. Mialiki moment.
Nuanen and Grudj, is there anything you wanted to do on the other night?
After drinking with Alicia for a while and just enjoying like the silence with her, Nuanen kind of like stumbles up and is like, huh. Like, you know how like you've drank and then you don't realize how bad it is till you stand? But then after that, she's gonna like teeter out and go look for an empty room that has not been claimed.
Oh yeah, your stuff is brought to an empty room.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna look for that room.
Yeah. Where's my stuff?
Wherever that room is.
After about 3 or 4 doors and some awkward conversations with Heidi and other people.
And I'm like definitely touching the wall as
Yeah.
I'm like walking down the hallway.
I'm sure it's real.
You get to your room. I'll say that before you get to your room, there is Heidi's room, an empty room, which has nobody in it, and then Grudge's room, and then your room.
Right. Okay. I'm
Somebody was watching
gonna.
last night.
How do we know which room? Do we have names on them? What is?
You do not.
Oh, okay.
There is.
I'm
sort
gonna
of like-
open every room as I'm going down, trying to like figure out which one.
Yeah, the first one is
Is
Heidi.
mine.
Her like feet are sort of kicked up on 2 pillows, and
Oh,
she's like
sorry.
got a book open, like laying on the bed. The next one is empty, and then the third one is Grudge's room, which I would say at this point, what are you doing?
I think I would have watched her stumble out of the kitchen, and I would have just kind of trailed behind, not close enough to be a nuisance, but just making sure that she gets to some place to sleep okay. Yeah.
I'll say when I open Grudge's room, she stops for a moment and puts her arm up on the doorway and just like lingers there for a moment and then very quietly shuts it and then continues on
After
to
you
the
realize
next
that
one.
you're
She
just like-
takes a moment to like look and see whose stuff's in there, and then after a moment of recognition, she like shuts it and walks to her room.
Yeah, I would say yours is the next one available. It's right there.
Yep.
Same old story.
Fresco?
Yeah, similar.
And I go in there and shut the door.
Okay, sounds
Yep.
good.
I knock on the door.
On mine?
Yeah.
I open it. Yeah.
I've been ignoring you today, and I'm sorry.
Oh, have you? I did notice. What's up?
I am sorry that I'm a coward and that I have been asking too much of you.
What? You haven't asked anything of me.
No, but you were right yesterday when you called me a hypocrite.
Well,
And
is this about yesterday?
No, it's about something else. Yes, of course it's about yesterday.
Oh, well, don't worry, Mayfly. It won't happen again.
going in hard with the
Sorry.
nicknames and then saying it's not going to happen again.
So you're good.
Huh.
But as she says it, she's
So-
staring at your mouth.
So, if I do this, and I kiss you, and then push you back in your room, close your door, and go back to mine.
Y'all are children.
She stumbles for a minute because the room like spins, and I was like, wait, what? What? So okay, so you you kissed her, shoved her in the room, and shut the door.
Yep.
You're not gonna be
And
able to
then went
shut
back
the
to my
door
room.
anymore.
You hear my door close.
Which is right next door.
Do I hear a loud smooch with a passing
I'm
23?
gonna go sit on
How
my
does they
bed.
know? It's comfortable. As you're looking
I'm
up
just gonna
too, you see the painting that hangs just above your bed. It's pretty somber. It's mostly like dark reds and browns, but it's of that same red figure whose wings, almost like a cape, are falling over his shoulders on the ground as he holds a body of a similar red person in his grasp on a battlefield.
Do I recognize this at all? Do I know what this is?
Roll me a little history check at disadvantage because you're drunk.
Yeah, what's the title? You squinted
Because
the
I'm
title
drunk.
plaque.
If you don't want to be drunk, you know somebody in your party who
No.
can make that happen.
I am good the way that I am. Oh God. I'm sure I don't even need to add this. That's a 4.
No,
I'm so drunk.
you barely even see those people. Like those blobs are making out.
The way that the rooms work,
Yeah.
do they transform based on what you like want or what you like think?
I'm
Or
gonna
what
say
is-
you
what- how
kind
did
of
that
don't know
work?
the parameters of this.
I
but
don't. I'm
asked-
just wondering.
I just wanted to touch a tree.
if it's like what you're
There,
thinking
there
about.
feels like
or
there's
what.
kind of an intuitive element. It also feels like kind of like you have to ask, but you're not sure.
As she's sitting on the bed after what just happened with what she is thinking, what? Okay, so do you have to ask somebody to change the room? I don't know. I don't remember
Glancing
how
around
she
the
did
room,
it.
just staring.
you see sort of right next to the door, next to sort of that dressing chamber, there's a servant just like waiting for you.
Looks kind of quizzically.
It's not really attending you, like it's like looking blankly into the space.
It looks like it could maybe help you out if.
But it was not there when you closed the door the first time.
That's weird.
It just manifested.
Yeah, as soon as you wondered.
Want manifests need. You know what I mean?
What you thinking?
That didn't make any.
That's it. But it was great.
She's gonna just kind of be like, "Oi," from the bed, and be like, "Does this room change? Does the room? I thought I heard down in the dining hall. Can the
Opening
room
your
change?"
eyes, the figure's like right next to the bed.
So quiet.
What?
It sort of like puts its hand out to you, like almost like, what do you want? Like,
Can you make it look like a rooftop?
you see it sort of like nod, like this.
And she thinks about the rooftop in, what was it, Loudwater?
Yeah.
It sort of like
Yeah,
offers its
the
hand.
rooftop that Grudj had teleported her to.
It offers its hand to you.
Do I have to touch you?
As you grab it sort of like makes eyes for a moment, and then those eyelids like close. Like it's like wanting you to close your eyes.
Okay. And then she closes her eyes.
You feel sort of the rush of wind as the space in the room begins to shift, and the hand drops your hand to your side, and upon opening your eyes, you see that not the same rooftop, but a similar rooftop with sort of illusory, like an illusory city around it, and the servant is nowhere to be seen. Also, your bed is sitting in the middle of this
Love it. I
room,
love it.
and like the basic amenities are kind of like
The
in
mirror, the
relative
robe.
comfortability in this room, as if it tried its best to make the room like a hotel room on a rooftop.
That's interesting because I thought it was going to be the High Forest. She tried to think about the High Forest, but at the last second had not.
Contrary to
And then
popular
she.
beliefs, it cannot read your thoughts.
Oh, so you do like just like. Never mind. Doesn't matter. She's gonna sit on the bed then and just like stare at
On the rooftop.
her surroundings and think.
I thought for a second there you were gonna have a room filled with pin-ups of Grudj.
No! Good lord! She is not like that. But yeah, she's just gonna stare at this familiar looking rooftop and just sit.
Okay,
That's it.
that sounds great. Anything else?
Nope.
Oh, there is like a little doorway. that's
Oh,
that's
of
on
course
like
there
a like
is.
sort of like a stair like service entrance to the rooftop. that is like an exit, just so you know.
Okay, sure. So I know how to get out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, oh no, I'm
Oh
trapped.
God, there's no door.
And it's gone.
I think you get a message real quick. That was really rude. I'm very sorry. That was not okay. Good night. I'm sorry. You're right. It won't happen again. I took it as a challenge, and that was wrong.
I think there might be not enough words in there.
I know.
It's okay.
It's a what is it cut? What is it cut off? Like,
2 messages.
Yeah. No, it would. It's just cut off. I'm sorry. That was really rude. I took it as a challenge, and that.
Ramble.
is message the one you respond to or no?
You can.
Yeah.
You can respond to
Do you want to roll an Arcana check with disadvantage just to figure it out?
Yep.
You responded to messages.
She has.
She has.
I have
But
done
I wanna
also
know if
very
Okay,
drunk.
I've
I wanna know
done
if
that.
she's also
conscious
very
I
drunk.
have done
understanding.
that.
You don't even realize you're sending a message back. You're so drunk. You're like, well, you just ride for the grudge.
You
know
you
that.
what?
God,
Who's
how
talking?
annoying. What the fuck, that bitch?
What?
You
My
said,
voice.
what is it,
Why
Arcana?
am I here?
Huh?
Arcana?
Yeah.
17.
I'm giving you all the Arcana rolls today. Damn. Disadvantage, though.
Better.
7.
Okay. You know you can respond. It's not at the forefront of your mind, but there it is.
I think she thinks by accident back to you and goes,
No.
Just to laugh.
she laughs. She does, you did hear her like drunkenly laugh and then go, I am so confused. I have no idea what he wants. And that's it.
You're the one who said it was never gonna happen again.
I say a prayer to Mialiki and I go for my sleepies.
Good. Thank God.
Good night.
Yeah,
I've
no,
Yeah,
I go
yeah,
back.
I got
it.
You don't get another message.
been waiting for this moment.
I don't
Everyone
know
leave
what
the table
that
except for Val.
Alrighty.
Can I tell you? My skin just started to feel like static. Like everything in my body just got.
Valenccya. Closing your eyes in a cradle of relaxation. After today's increasingly stressful, parameters. Yeah. That same sort of white Elysium that you're used to when sleep takes you turns swiftly to color. Red, purple, blue, orange. A heat, like fire, takes your perception. You hear a voice in the back of your head. And as your vision sort of clarifies, you're in a very warm study. Similar desk, mahogany. There's a blazing fireplace just behind it. It half reminds you of home. Well, of what once was home.
Familiar.
Right. But behind it is a glowering individual with sort of ashen skin and pointed ears. He looks up to you and says, I'm glad you called. I thought that we could communicate via dreams. It's hold on.
Oh! Hello.
Hi. I've never done this really before, but it seems like it worked.
You're doing this?
Well, it's a joint effort.
Okay.
You're providing the dream, I'm providing the message.
Creepy.
I hoped that you'd be asleep right now, and it seems that our planning coincided, which is useful. Though, I must be the bearer of bad news. It seems that Vander beat me to the garage, and in doing so, it seemed like Bithraka's Scarlet End was in relative mobility. They left. All I could really glean while I was hiding was that they were going to take on that warband that we have crippled. I waited long enough to see Vander amongst their ranks. He'd sort of slipped in his own guise and managed to leave with them. I was not as fortunate and did not grab safe transportation. I'm fine. No need to worry about me.
Right.
But I just thought you should know that your brother has legs and he's on the move.
We are about 16 hours travel. I shared the direction accurately to Val's ability. We still have the grinder, but we're letting it rest. It's overheating, and best to not run ourselves out of transportation if we can. We're still trying to make it to cut Vander off, but
You see it's sort of like, yeah, like that's not necessarily the right word, but it is. But also you got there.
you know,
but,
the
like,
details aren't. I'm not much of a planner.
no
I'm more of
need
a
to explain yourself.
action. But thank you for the moment of.
No need to thank me. I still have eyes on him. However, I did have to get very creative with my spells to keep tracking him. I don't know if I can sustain this for much longer. I think tonight, and I wanted your opinion, that it might be useful for me to ambush him and steal his vehicle, but I didn't want to do it if things would go awry. He has more power than I do currently, and I don't want to risk life and limb on the first night. We're near sort of a weird crag.
Crag.
Holes, limestone,
We
that we had to travel through for quite a while.
Is that help me, the player, out? Did we just reach an area like that?
You
before?
passed it.
We passed it. I would relay that information. We passed a similar structure.
I think our trajectory may be similar, but it seems that we've taken more of a northern approach.
Okay.
He seemed to have crossed some of those tributaries.
Of the sticks?
Yes, by using fly. I was able to catch up to him, but I had to leave for quite a while, so we might not be close.
Is Vander alone, or he's with others of the...
He's managed to make all day's travel alone.
Interesting. Has he been resting along the way, or does he push straight through?
Sort of. We had a broken 8 hours of travel before he decided to sleep for the evening.
Ambushing him in his sleep is your best chance of besting him, but he is a tenacious sort, and I don't necessarily think he would act kindly if approached in such a manner by yourself in an attempt to take his vehicle.
If I leave him stranded, is that okay?
He leaves himself stranded. His own footsteps have led me here. This isn't really a decision that you or I could have... Yeah, I think it's an option.
Sounds good. Then I will contact you tomorrow if you are able to do this again, I
Yeah.
suppose. Have there been any hiccups? Any updates?
We sleep tonight in the magnificent mansion of a Memnon. He shared with me that my family might be in a little bit more trouble than... I don't know.
When you look up at him, your eyes sort of rising after your pensive thought, you see the same face, same intention. The eyes. Like liquid sulfur have changed, slitted, and yellow, staring back at you.
I think I'm throwing a dagger. I think I'm reaching just instinctively, like, I don't care, dream or not, or weapons or not. I think Valenccya is just instinctively, like, from fight to flight, is like VonVail dagger at the side of the hip, and is just like...
To throw it, you feel the handle in your hand, and time seems to slow as the fire begins to dim the room around you, almost closing in like it's crumbling. Those eyes, electric, not breaking their glance with you, envelop in that darkness. And as you loose the dagger, you throw it directly at the form, and almost like smoke, it goes right through. Endless, inky darkness with these two amber orbs in front of you. They sort of become formless for a moment, almost like candlelight before they...
Do I recognize? Is it a familiar sensation? Is it
Roll
something?
a history check for me.
11? 12?
You've seen these eyes before.
That's discomforting.
The dream is over, and the rest of your sleep abides.
And I can touch my friends and their bodies are here?
Yep, everyone else can come back.
Come back! I'm alone!
Oh, Bean. She was so excited to see you.
Was it him the whole time?
That's a good question.
That would have been like my Can I make a understanding check, like an
You know
insight?
what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna leave this powerful moment to your own thought. Peter, can you hand me another one of those?
Man, so this is what it feels like to walk back in on somebody else having dreams.
That's somebody else's day.
So much worse.
I don't know what that meant, baby boy. Baby boy, you can drop me all the hints you want. I don't know what just happened.
I know, and that's what I'm banking on.
She's a very strong paladin. She's a very charming, charismatic paladin. She is not as smart.
Who are you talking about? Valenccya or you?
Alright.
I love you so much, Cinnamon Bun. You're doing a great job.
I can't wait to watch this.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm asleep.
I'm asleep too. Good night.
Yeah, and you're all awake as the morning comes by, unless you would like to do anything, but it seems like everybody's ready to go. 8 hours of sleep for those of you who need it. Some of you did sleep beforehand. Nuanen, you have a whole lot of time to kill during the day. Peter, you're going to sleep too, right?
Yeah, after I went to sleep, and then Valenccya came in and disturbed the fuck out of me. Like full-blown...
Also Clover.
Jumping on
Sat
your
on my
right
sword.
end, sat on you.
Sleeping with you!
Yeah.
He missed you. Holy shit. To the point of, like, being on top of you for
like-
most of the evening.
It's like when Bean tries to become one with our person.
Yep. Exactly that. But the morning rises, I guess. Well, actually, for those of you with windows in your room, you, there's an actual sunrise for the first time in a week. Breaking through the tree line and lacing the leaves.
It hurts
sort of
so
around
good.
the underbrush.
He hit the snooze.
Turn it off, you see the sun.
Yeah, it goes back
I'm
to
actually
twilight.
gonna say that Nuanen like pulls the blankets and doesn't get out of bed. She just like mopes, lingers.
You're
in her
able to
room.
do so for as long as possible before
Yeah.
you hear the yells from the foyer down below that breakfast is ready and that everyone's going to eat before they set out for the next day's journey, which may turn into the last portion of your guys' travel.
Sick.
I will say if anybody has no objections, we
Yeah.
can just start travel.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the breakfast table.
Yeah, love this.
I butter myself a Neverwinter waffle
which is a special oat-based waffle from Neverwinter. I offer everyone else a delicious delicacy. And over the waffles,
In
I
Neverwinter,
just-
we love oats.
We love oats in
eating
Neverwinter.
Oats.
So as I'm like digging into breakfast, I kind of gather you all around. This is probably after my 10-minute speech.
Ooh, I gotta roll some stuff.
How did everyone sleep?
He's fine.
Good. Right up until the time you showed up.
Oh, were you sleeping when I started jumping?
Yeah. When you
apologize.
shoved me onto the ground and
Yeah.
sat on me.
Well,
I was totally asleep that whole time.
sorry, but listen. So something happened while I was asleep. Grudj, you know the sleeping spell of walking through.
Of dream, yes.
How does that?
Well, both people have to be asleep to begin with, so that's part of it.
Okay, I'm sure I was asleep, and I would guess that my visitor last night was also asleep.
Wait, what?
You're a visitor?
I believe
Y'all trying to be quiet? Because you're in the
Yeah,
dining room with everybody?
Yeah, I'm sitting in the. I think Valenccya.
You got a plate in front of you. There's a whole team of people here.
Yeah, Valenccya. I would be speaking to the breakfast crew.
Sounds
Whoever's
good.
at breakfast, I'm allowing them to hear this. But I think I'm just trying to.
It's everybody,
Explain.
essentially Sans, Amemnon, and Guile.
That's okay. Yeah, last night I had a dream where Uldan contacted.
You saw
us.
Uldan?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought so, and he said that he wasn't able to make it to the Devil's Ride before Vander.
Okay.
So Vander has
Okay.
more mobility than we initially thought.
Does he have the prophecy?
Probably went past
He-
him then.
Yeah, I think Amemnon's Uldan said he had passed by some cavernous, sort of Swiss cheesy holes is the only word.
Like what we
Yes,
passed.
yes, we went through that.
He said they had just passed through there, so we might be ahead of him if we could keep on track. They're headed a more northern route. Vander is sought travel with a band of people.
I'm gonna say he used, so from what
I'm
Uldan
trying to.
said,
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to say it, but I
he
can't.
used the Scarlet End's mobility as a means of covering.
You kept saying that. I don't actually know what that means. Could you explain?
Yes. So
I just kept saying
the
yes.
Scarlet End mobilized because of the crippled warband that you guys had fought. So they were going to take them out, and Vander used this moment as a means of escaping with the Devil's Ride.
Okay.
Amidst kind of the chaos of them mobilizing and leaving and all that stuff. That's what Uldan witnessed.
And so he witnessed that. He shared that information with me. I shared some of our information with him, and then it ended. But it didn't feel very good. Amemnon's Uldan's eyes sort of melted out of his head and just became two balls of fire that I had definitely seen before, like emperor eyes staring out at me, and then there was nothing, and it felt like I had seen the eyes before, which didn't feel like part of the dream, except for maybe that's how the spell just is, and I'm not familiar with the arcane.
I'm not gonna lie, I would not put it past Uldan to do some
to do
creepy
some
goodbye.
Some spooky
but-
goodbye. That does seem.
If you
You're
feel
right,
like the
Pete.
eyes were familiar, I don't imagine that Uldan necessarily had knowledge of those prior.
I've been
Right.
having a lot
So-
of weird dreams lately. Who's to say what is
Uh,
even worth worrying over?
Am I
Come
getting any
no, she just thinks you're gonna chase her.
vibes
Come on.
from fiery
She looks
eyes,
very
like triggering any memories of any kind?
I'll say with your description, it's kind of hard to tell.
I think I also question if it's an omen for the future of the location we're supposed to look out for. Isn't there? There was 2 lights on an area over.
Very apt. So,
Like-
yes, the destination that you're headed to, the fort that you had indicated before at Bithraka's behest, is called Fort Firespit, and it is indicated by 2 sort of like eye-like flames amidst the horizon that sear into your vision.
Okay, so there's that. But
Well, it sounds like he's getting close then.
and he said if we can both make it to another sleep, he'll visit again. So we're in some contact with this. Tidy, does that sound
That all sounds
routine?
good.
Yeah, it sounds like, well, Fort Firespit, I think.
Oh, okay.
It does. There's 2 flames indicative on the fortress, at least in my research. Sort of starts to drone on about the fact that there's 2 braziers, one on either side of this fortress that have boons of Zariel that like do certain things, and it's a little boring, but if you'd like to listen in, you definitely can.
Nope.
Okay, sounds good. This vital information was brought to you by ignorance.
I probably want to hear about Zariel. I probably remember a story, you know. Song
Roll
or
a wisdom
2.
save just to keep track, because he's very boring.
+5.
It's hard to even listen, because he's in the morning, it's all the same tone, you just got up, it's a lot of, and then, well, in my research, I found that this, well, we have to get down to the base of how this.
Sorry, it's just too early for this.
The yawning is making me yawn.
Nuanen's
Alright.
gonna like slip away from the table and just go linger by like where we like the entrance, the foyer, like ready to sit on the staircase, ready to go.
I
Ready to
leave
leave.
as well.
Yeah, at this point, Amemnon and
And
Guile are
sit
starting
over
to
by
make
you.
their way to the foyer.
I'm like, see Grudj last night?
Yes.
That's cool.
No, it's not. It's actually not cool at all.
That it's a little cool.
No, it's not.
I know you 2 are both completely got your own things going on, but maybe you could fight the stuff together.
This is not going well at all.
I don't know what you're talking about. You talking about your own personal shit or the shit between you 2?
I thought if I ignored him, he
Why?
would stay away or be hurt or something and give up and stay away.
Why?
Stay away from me.
What? Okay, so
Because
I understand the outcome you're looking for, but like why? Why is that the outcome you're looking for?
Because this cannot happen.
Why?
It can't happen. Because it just
How many
it's-
whys is it gonna take for you to get to the actual thing that's stopping you?
because sooner or later I am going to hurt him. It is inevitable. It is inevitable. Either physically or otherwise.
I'm not gonna lie. Grudj is very capable. In fact, I feel like
Grudge's life is short, precious,
then
and he's important.
you should try to make it a little better.
He could do more with his life in a minute than I've done in years.
You've done a lot,
Okay.
but I'm not gonna lie. If Grudj is showing interest and you deny it, then won't you be making his short life worse?
What was that? Was that the sound of
Oh my god.
What was
That
that?
was.
Oh gosh.
Take
Heard
1
that.
psychic damage.
Yeah.
I cast Vicious Mockery.
Ouch!
My self-esteem.
Right.
Just
in the
think about it.
emotions. Right.
Because if it takes Grudj a while to recover from this, I mean, you're going to be doing more harm than good just by pushing him away.
You're an
I am
asshole.
I am very confused.
I haven't become good yet. I'm still
I just-
neutral.
I have a lot that I need to do or figure out before I could ever even consider. And I don't even know if I can do that within his lifetime.
The presence of Amemnon and Guile is felt as they enter in from the
You all straighten up a
eastern
little bit.
wing into the foyer of the open space that you guys are talking in.
Morning.
Morning. Morning.
I give you a look that says, "This conversation's not over."
Why does everyone keep looking at me like that?
Did you guys get waffles?
What is a waffle?
Oh, wait, Nuanen, you gotta try.
Are we all full and ready to go?
I take a waffle for the
hacking
We need a to-go
oats
box
and
for
green
waffles.
apples and walnuts
Yeah.
into his
Unfortunately.
mouth. Just stuffing.
The food in your stomachs may only be here and then in your digestive system as we leave. I don't know how it works, but it is arcane.
So we'll be full, and then we'll walk out the door, and it'll be like we're magically
Well,
shooting
no,
it
we'll
all
still
down.
be full.
Yes.
We'll
Oh.
still be full.
Okay.
So, I think that we should probably get going. We can debrief each other on the way, and our last leg is today.
Hey, Amemnon.
Yes.
Just do a little diddle. Share the dream with.
Did you want to do this privately or non-privately?
Well, did you share it at the breakfast table?
Yeah, I did.
Amemnon was right there.
No,
And
no.
Memnon was not there.
No, he was not there.
in
Was it there?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, and I
Me and
think
Gail took
I think I
private
approach it
breakfast.
as more of a,
course.
hey, I heard from Uldan. This is what I heard. This is the information he relayed. Let me know if we need to pass him any information. He'll call again tonight. P.S. Maybe there was like a weird thing at the end, but also it could have just been reception down here in hell. Do you normally hang up a dream call with like two fiery burning eyes into your... Is that Is that a-
dream call?
a Uldan thing? Does he normally hang up like... It's like fiery...
Fascinating, to say the least. However, I don't have all the answers, especially so early in the day. I like the indication that it could be indicating where we're going. Old Firespit is known for its two wounds of Zariel, so told by the braziers that hold her light. Like eyes on the horizon, like I had said yesterday.
Okay. Maybe that's what I saw.
I think that it is best not to give all of the information that we have about travels to whoever is asking for it.
Right. My mother always said that, but I always never got what it meant, but now it makes sense.
It means keep your mouth shut.
Time is waning. Let's go.
Alright.
As we leave, I nudge you, or I nudge Nuanen with my elbow, and I'm like, the boobs of Zariel.
What?
Because he said the bones of Zariel.
Oh.
Could
Sorry,
you
got
repeat
lost
that
in
louder for
translation.
us, like, fast, just so we can all hear it?
Just the boobs of Zariel.
The boobs of Zariel. The boobs of Zariel.
We got lost in
The great
translation.
shining boobs of Zariel, you know,
Shining
the ones that we're
On
going
the
to
skyline.
go to.
Love this. We're starting our last day of travel
We're
slash
in the
2 days of
vehicle.
travel. Great.
What?
All right, we're helming
Oh.
just like yesterday. 8
I said
hours of
grace.
travel can
was like,
take
what?
place without any sort of issue. I will say, as you're approaching, there is a period of descent as you have to make your way down a rather sort of bumpy, like cliffside with no road. It is harrowing. It does take quite a long time in the first 4 hours of travel to get down this. I'll actually say it's probably on the latter end of the 8 hours. But with this, you are starting your forced march. Is that correct?
Yep.
So mark down the resources that you're using for that day. Also, anyone who slept within the magnificent mansion does not have to make a Constitution saving throw for the day. You also do not have to make a Wisdom save for today.
Oh my god!
Yes, and anyone who had their alignment change due to a Wisdom save that spent 8 hours in the house has it revert back to
Because
where it
I'm
was.
driving a car.
I'm gonna get it. Woo!
We are going to the
No,
first
you're
march.
wait. Were you at neutral?
I was at neutral, I think.
perfect, yes. So, past 8 hours, entering into forced march time.
Okay.
I will say, you don't know how much time you have. For anyone who wants to search the skyline, Bodlin and whoever has high enough perception to, you can estimate the hours left if you'd like to.
Yeah, I'll take
Yes.
I have a time orb.
You have a time orb? You do.
That tells time.
It does, and I believe the last time you looked at it, it was the same
It
sort
Oh,
of
it was nothing. It doesn't
skyline.
Hello clock.
It doesn't work on this blade, I don't think.
You look at it.
I
just
look at it anyway.
Sauron's eye is looking back at you. What's up?
Full of a toque.
Valenccya shit. So that's him.
Okay, let me do a roll.
You got this. +5.
You're not in the same vehicle. Wait.
Yeah, we're both in the
Never
grinder.
mind. You're in the same
These
vehicle.
three are in the same vehicle.
26.
Damn, that's so great.
So is it
You know
31
you have
with the
about
31 with a +5.
It is hard to tell, but you take the advantage of being on this cliffside to survey the landscape before you start your descent, which is a really good move because you're able to see for a few miles. The relative chaos of Avernus lays before you, but most notably, there is this flickering light off in the distance that stands on a ribbon of red. It looks like your destination, particularly because it's poised on a very thick sort of tributary of the river Styx that cuts its way through the earth.
I think we're headed that way.
It looks to be, rough estimation, about 6 hours away. And you also notice that it's on a relatively flat plain. However, there is an outcropping of shattered limestone off to the western side where it looks like you could possibly get a vantage point to survey or scout.
Okay. I'll
What's our
share
heading?
that with
But it's
the
going to be about
party.
6 to 8 hours after the 8 hours of travel.
So
Are we there yet?
we're huffing it again.
No!
God damn it. She's just
So-
like fidgeting in her seat.
We roll for the night.
Bouncing her flag
Tower.
like can't sit still.
Yeah, we're getting into the rolls, right?
Okay.
All right, forced march time. Roll number
I wanna
1 for
see-
hour number 1.
I want to see if there's anything I can. I was thinking of bless.
Leaky.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say.
Leaky.
Oh, well, like literally, I was
Man,
trying
Leaky
to
fucked
say.
you up.
I was literally trying to like say, "Can I bless you?" And you would not wait.
I'm not in the same
You're not in the
vehicle.
same-
And also, you have to
At
bless
all.
the vehicle.
I can bless the vehicle.
Girl.
It's not
Girl,
gonna
it's
help.
touch.
Girl, I
Girl,
can touch your
it's
vehicle.
touch.
Give me your gas tank. Give it here.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Does exhaustion for the vehicles work the same way as exhaustion for people?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just keep going. You're fine.
Okay, sounds good. You're gonna go with 1 point of
So
exhaustion
cool.
then?
So I'm gonna make this with disadvantage, yeah?
No,
I think it's
it's just ability
right now.
check.
It's skill checks. The next one is saving throws.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Ha! 23.
6.
That's a second level of exhaustion, by the way, which does cut your speed in half.
I do send a message. I'm like, I'm gonna risk it. Hey, Amnon, we need to stop
Okay.
for like 2 full hours.
What if we just?
Oh, okay. Well, time is slow, but safe is the best way to travel.
Why don't we just all pile onto the grinder? We leave the garbage behind.
We could do that. I'm not sure. We'll
We
be
do
over.
all
I don't
fit
think we
in-
can.
I think we'll be over capacity.
It's
We-
10
How much
people,
slower does
and
it?
it's 8 capacity.
How much
Yeah.
slower does it go if we get everybody on it?
I could take.
That's a really good
I
question.
could ride the broom.
I'm
So,
gonna
you
say
know,
Take one
encumbered,
person with me.
I'm gonna
and-
say here's the thing.
half
You
You
would be
can move
half
forward.
speed?
You can move forward. Everybody listen to me just for a second.
Okay.
Come on, attention. You can move forward with your full capacity on one vehicle. 2 people would have to be on the outside.
So
Is that a
we-
problem?
we were just
Does that
saying
cause any issues?
Valenccya and
For
Nuanen
an
could
hour.
fly, but we're gonna be in the heat of Avernus, and thus
You would have to be outside
more
for between
susceptible.
4 to 6 hours.
yeah, that's 4 to 6 con checks we would have to.
It's up to you though. If it's worth it, we can try it.
I say fix the thing,
I
Peter.
can stay outside and not make the con checks.
Can you get your hands on the radiator that won't stop burning?
Do we have any insight as to how fast Vanda might be traveling today?
Turns out faster than we thought. He got to the bike before. I would have shared this like when I told him I'm not, but no, he has wheels.
Does he still have the bike?
I told
Do you want me to check?
I might have told Uldan to
Actually, yes.
take the bike in the night.
Okay. Do we have anything from Vander?
Yeah, I snap off a small twig of the ever-blooming wisteria that he left me with, and I probably have a notebook, a feather, a quill, yeah.
Jeez.
I love it.
Nuanen
Cracker
watches
and
you
cheese.
very intently as you do
Yup.
this with confusion.
My eyes just wait.
He's looking for Vander. He's here.
What is he doing?
He's scrying.
Right, so he ate
Where
the
are
cheese.
you, Vander?
Okay,
As
so
long as-
you do have a piece of the person.
Yep.
It is a position and a garment,
Yep.
which allows you to have a -4 to the roll. Your
Not to
DC
mention,
is 17, and you do have first-hand knowledge of this person.
I would say we're pretty familiar
I
now.
would say you're not that familiar.
You're friends.
You're not friends with him.
I'm not
You
friends,
are.
but I am familiar.
Grudj isn't friends, but he's
Can I
familiar.
ask how many conversations you've had with Vander one-on-one in the last, like, however many times?
Okay, if it's based on one-on-one, then I don't know anyone.
No, you
Except
do.
for maybe Nuanen.
You're familiar with everybody. In fact, you're familiar with all of these people who you talk to on the rig. Him, however,
Roll
you
your
are
check.
not.
I don't want
So
to
I
know all
will
this.
say it's a 0, but he does get a -4 for the possession that you do own. Okay.
Are you going to ask to explain how the scry works?
Ooh. Okay.
Good watching.
Thinking about it.
He gets a -4, which
Will you
sucks.
let me know?
Snubs. It is a
I'm not
wisdom
asking
save,
you.
which he's not good at. He does fail.
Where you
Your
at?
vision shunts from your mind into the tumultuous miasma of moving meteors above you. It shifts direction in a way in which you cannot necessarily point its location and drops down back into the earth. The whirring of movement around you deafens your perception, but it crystallizes on a moving figure. Hands tight on a bike, pushing past a cloud of movement behind him. The whipping sort of trappings of a coat above him. He flies past. As you're keeping sort of vision with him, you notice that as he's sort of like looking along the horizon to his destination, his face has a splatter of blood on the side.
Edgy.
It is.
Try to look real close.
I'm sitting in front of Peter at this point, staring at his face.
Is it a type of blood that I would recognize?
I'm gonna say it looks like blood.
Yeah, but like devil blood looks very different than person blood.
It's not devil blood.
Hold on, is dead.
Again.
So,
Oh no.
he's still on the bike. I'm saying out loud. He has what looks like person blood on his face. And
Oh.
I try to concentrate. Can I see around him? Like, can I see the horizon at
It's a
all?
blur.
Okay.
Can you eat more cheese and see old on?
Yeah.
His clothing.
Can we...
He's not there yet. So if we hurry up,
That's good. Can
Time
you...
is of the essence.
Fixer and I are working on the vehicle. Can you eat more cheese and see old on?
do we have any belongings from Uldan?
Do you have any belongings from Eldon?
I would say he's intimately familiar.
I would say he's familiar for sure.
I have seen him naked. How intimate does that make our familiarity?
I would say you've had several conversations deliberately with Uldan, and
I
you are
have.
more
And-
familiar with Uldan than you are with Xander.
Presumably, Oldon might not refuse a scry from somebody he may recognize.
Exactly.
Okay, let's see where I'm at here. So I've used...
I will say with this information though, because you're not withholding it, Amemnon will say, in either regard, I think we could leave the vehicle, and if Uldan is alive, he could take it, but it would put us at significant risk for the next 4 hours.
Can we do a scry and see for sure?
Or message,
Absolutely.
or
All right, I'll do another scry. I'm going for Roldan. What do I see? Cut off another piece, eat it, tastes terrible.
Your vision shunts back through the skyline, narrows specifically down into the earth, and you can see this darkened sort of like hovel. A crescent moon of light off to one side and silhouetted in the interior, bleeding profusely from his stomach, is Roldan resting his head near unconsciousness in the relative safety of some place. He's breathing ragged. He is resting. It looks like the wounds that he has sustained are grievous, and for a brief period of time, he was most likely unconscious.
Do they look like they have been treated?
No.
Roldan looks pretty messed up.
Let's move.
God, Vander.
I don't know if he's gonna die.
Heidi. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay, we'll catch
Can
up.
I
Yeah.
use
We
this
will.
moment to determine if his wounds, as they currently are life-threatening?
I'll give you a medicine check.
One.
It's hard to tell. It looks bad.
I don't know if Roldan's gonna make it.
God,
Let's
Peter.
move.
Heidi, message Roldan. Tell him at least some signifiable landmark where he can find the tormentor, us. Everyone gather onto the demon grinder and we will
No.
process as
Go.
planned.
Yeah.
4 hours of travel. Are you the most hardy? And he looks to you two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Alright,
will
we'll
stay
take the exterior.
outside with.
Let's go.
I don't have to roll saves outside
Well.
because I got my thing all suited up. So
You see Heidi's
Walk
eyes
inside
go
with
sort of like a mint green as she begins to like write out a phrase, and she goes, "Oops, keep it cryptic." And then she like starts to like note out specific words to the location, looking on the horizon to find anything that she can signify the location you guys are in to get to Oldon. He responded. He seems really messed up.
How
what are we
far
waiting
is
for?
he?
I don't know. I mean, we could maybe locate him. Bodlin, do you have that spell? And he's like, I think so. At least if he's within range. I'm not sure. He sort of like begins to put out a few things. He puts these sort of like rocks on the
locate person?
ground
You
before
know what he has.
slamming his staff on the ground. The rocks sort of like levitate for a brief moment before dropping back down and then shifting positions towards an angle, or like trying to seek out where he could be. He's too far. He's too far, but if you're able to at least specify a location, then maybe we can find him. I don't think we can worry about him right now.
Prophecy has to be our first priority.
I have the ability to heal him, though.
So here's
Could go
Deviate.
find him.
if you point the direction, I can send Sulu with the healing potion.
I don't.
The tormentor can have 3 or 4 people, right?
But it's busted, isn't it?
Alicia, if you'd come with me, we can find him. You have firepower, and I have survival.
Is this is a man not
This is
speaking?
Bodlin.
Okay. Okay.
We can get him to the tormentor, and we can meet you at the Fort Fireside.
Fire spit.
Do we
Before-
have a scroll of teleportation?
Vander.
Or
I don't
2.
think so.
Just the party? Just the
Them?
group?
No. They have their own books that can teleport.
Amanda,
That's about it. Yeah.
do you know if Vander has any way in or through the fort? Or is he going to have to figure that out?
I don't. He probably would have to find his own way. However, Vander is a very resourceful person. I can only imagine that he'd be able to accomplish that. He may take a different trajectory than
He's heading farther to the north. Does that lead him
He
fast?
could be cutting off the tributary before or after the fort.
Well, we can't let him beat us there.
Your
In the
choice. We have a moment to save Ul'dan. However, it may sacrifice two of our party to do so.
Do we have no way of getting a heading towards Ul'dan?
Huh?
Do we have any way of getting a heading towards Ul'dan would be?
Not necessarily. The only thing that you would have is divinatory magic, which you might be able to use, or some sort of locating spell, like Bodwin was just failed to do because the range was too short.
Yeah. When you saw him, he was inside of a structure, is that correct? Seeking some sort of
It looked like a cave, like one of those sort of like
repose
weird
from-
circular, like hollowed out wind areas.
Can someone take the wheel of the tormentor?
I
I
guess.
can.
Of your group or who?
Yeah, you're gonna try to.
Somebody.
Yeah.
Anyone.
We're not. We don't have the tormentor, do we?
It's
We
still
have-
there. You just it's not fixed yet.
Can I cast Dream and connect to Ul'dan?
It'd be
Um,
middle of the day. Well,
You do know the spell requires the other person to be asleep. It didn't seem like he was sleeping.
Okay. I'm gonna keep trying as long as I have spell slots
To do dream.
to connect to Ul'dan.
he's
What spell slots? What? It's a 5th level spell.
yeah, it's like 10.
I have 3.
We don't have to waste long.
I'm gonna say that
Periodically.
yes, it's your best judgment tells you that there's no time within the next few hours that he's going to be asleep. You can waste all those slots if you'd like to, but
Based on my judgment, I would wait until I think he's going to sleep.
yes, you'll have to wait.
Nighttime.
That's okay.
Actually, give me a quick little medicine check.
Sure.
Just to guesstimate when he's going to be
You
asleep.
can catch him popping out between rests.
Medicine. 13.
I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be about 4 hours, anywhere between 2 and 4 hours when he would be asleep. So you're probably gonna hit that threshold before you should try again.
He said he'd try and
Can-
contact tonight too.
The wound seemed fatal.
It seemed very grievous yet sustained. He's alive.
Okay.
He's stable, and he has 1 hit point. Just for like our own
Yeah,
understanding.
no, okay.
Yes.
That helps. That very
If you must know the specifics, he
Yes.
he was knocked unconscious and rolled a natural 20.
Ooh. Ul'dan is man.
And then hoisted himself into a cave.
I'd like to think that we were responsible for his need to stay alive.
Greedy.
Yeah. I take what I can get in hell.
Bodwin and Alicia are ready.
I'm ready. We go.
Also, if we are not on the deep grinder, there's a potential that we won't have to risk the safety of our friends like that. I agree.
Can we fix the tormentor first? To give them as much a chance as we can.
I think that it is best if we were to fix the tormentor, we might want to allow Bodlin, Alicia, and Ul'dan to fix it when they return,
Yeah,
if that's possible.
if they can return at all.
I am gonna leave a soul coin by the tormentor. Maybe like
2.
I think one will do it, right? Maybe. Yeah, one will do it. I'm hoping. And then
You notice Stixer is kind of like in the tormentor, like looking and surveying the situation as if to be kind of like trying to understand what exactly the final decision is here.
we're leaving the tormentor, but I'm gonna leave a soul coin, and I'm gonna take a second. I open up a notebook and I look at the tormentor. I'm like, okay, this is what
Can
you
I
need
help
to
him
fix.
figure out what
This is what you
needs
need
to
to
be
fix.
fixed?
You leave him a little how-to.
Yeah, I leave him a guide.
Fill
Oh,
with gas.
Boblin and
Put soul coin in.
Alicia.
Yeah, and Uldan presumably.
Okay, sounds good. I'd say you can definitely assist with this.
You,
Like,
you lift
I'm
up
gonna
the
help.
windshield wiper and like stick it
roll
under.
an intelligence check.
Oh.
Actually, just roll the intelligence save. No, it's an intelligence check to release an exhaustion.
You sure you don't want it to be a save?
I'm gonna double check the
probably
word.
If
not
it's a save, you can have my +5.
Intelligence check.
Okay. Natural 20 for 25.
Holy shit. Okay, that sounds great. That's gonna work perfect. All right, you leave very comprehensive notes in the tormentor.
Wow.
I put it up in the
It's in the
visor,
visor.
the coin, and the notes.
The keys up there and the soul coin.
You lift it down. It has like these sort of like teeth, like prongs that you just like stick it onto, and then put it back.
I check out a file. I file the teeth a little.
Like a pair of like sunglasses drops down from the top.
Oh, you gotta take those sunglasses.
Okay.
You gotta put them on.
They're yours.
The devil sunglasses.
Devil's
The devil's ride.
Devil's ride glasses.
Okay. If you choose this direction, you are 2 people lighter, which means that you can easily fit in the demon grinder. Those 2 people will have to make some checks to try and find Uldan and keep him alive. You are without a healer, and you are processing towards the fort. Is that chill?
2 healers still?
Oh yeah, you do.
I have some juicy juices. Does Bottlin take his bag of potions with him?
He has healing on his own, but he will take his stuff.
Could I get a potion?
No, you don't.
I
Here.
might need them.
I hand you a
Hold
potion.
on. Oh,
I
you
got
have
one
one.
for
Oh,
Peter.
nice.
Beetles taste better anyway. They taste like peach. I like his. Yeah.
It's like fizzy.
I save it and yeah.
All right, sounds good.
I've made quite a few
Hi.
healing potions.
You're gonna
How
ride
many?
on the outside and
I have like 12 or something
you're.
basic healing potions.
You don't have to make con saves if you're in Denaktar.
Currently, no, because I have it set for like air conditioning.
So you can be outside.
Yep, I can sit outside.
Do you want to be outside?
I don't think we need anyone outside anymore, right? You said
We don't.
everyone would fit inside.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna make,
Yeah.
Bodlin's the map guy, yeah?
but we already have a heading.
You know where you're going.
We for sure know where we're going.
Over there, I point and there's a flickery flame. It's miles ahead. See the flickery flame?
We are confident
Okay.
now. Confident-ish.
Okay. Saying goodbye to Boblin and Alicia. They begin their movements wrapped in the trappings to keep them safe and secure from the hazards of the Avernian wastes. You peel off in your machine towards your destinations. We have 4 more hours until we get there.
Okay.
First hour,
12.
perfect.
You're not rolling anymore.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, well, he would pass.
Second hour,
21.
perfect. Third hour,
18.
perfect.
8. But I just say, fuck it. We're just
Push
going.
it! It's like screaming as we get
Salt
into the
and pepper.
parking lot.
I
Salt
hit
and
it with the
pepper
red
the whole
touch.
way.
Level of exhaustion
Oh,
as you are
push.
reaching that sort of shattered area where an impact point of a meteor took place. In the safe relative distance, you're able to exit the demon grinder and make your way up to the highest point before you in the relative flat landscape of this dusty limestone bowl that you find yourself in is a fortress of black iron that rises from the ground itself. It has about a mile's worth on either side of iron barricades of stone and iron that stretch along the river Styx that they protect. 2 wicked spires, one just narrowly shorter than the other, rise up, indicating this fortress, and like suns emit this bright, acidic orange-yellow light. You know this destination is teeming with devils. You know what stands before you. Along the river, you can see just a bit of movement for those of you perceptive enough to pick it up. Cloaked creatures, slowly moving their way through the murky waters of this ribbon of red, find themselves passing just beyond the periphery of that wicked iron fortress. And that's where we'll end tonight's session. On the precipice of something big. All right!
Good night, everyone.
Good night!